add this to the stream. Okay, let's find out now if anybody is gonna be, if anybody's listening. All right. Okay, Anne Rodney, she's on Facebook and she's seeing the logo. Okay, and you're seeing me there right now. Okay, just say yes or no. It'll take a couple of seconds to get to Anne, but I think there's another thing that I need to do here, Carl.
What's that?
Hold on. All right, so let's.
Right, Patsy says she getting it now, so like we getting somewhere. So maybe troubleshooting work.
The show who?
Troubleshooting.
Shooting nobody. You think I shooting people?
I say shoot and troubleshoot.
Alright, so. Oh yeah. Wow, they're bad like that, man. Anne Rodney is there. Karen Park Bernard. Good morning, Karen. Patsy, Alison Brown. I could hear now you not see me. You ain't see me yet, man. Yes, okay, so. Yeah, hold on now, man. All you want to see the guy. Okay, look at the guy. That's the guy. Yeah. They want to see you, Carl. So they just see you. All you see, Carl? All you see, Carl? Get Carl right there.
You see now?
They should be seeing you. Wave them. You can wave, you know. Yeah.
Oh,
Wave like what?
the queen.
No.
The queen have a nice. We've not
No.
no kind of thing, no carnival jump on with murder. That kind of smile, that kind of schmuck smile.
Okay, so Karen and Anne say, okay, now they seen you. You they want to see, not
Yeah.
me. Yeah. You. So say good, don't look at them like Miss Moffat, looking over your glasses at them, peeping over your glasses.
Morning, folks.
Look
Karen
properly.
and I'm looking properly.
The only person that looks superb looking over the glasses like that
Oh,
is my girl.
okay.
Yolande Bean Hosford. She had that look. She looks over her glasses at you. That's when she's serious. Anytime you see she looks over the glasses at you, you know she's really serious and she's saying, hey, what are you thinking about?
She's zeroing in on you.
She zeroes in on you. That's my girl. Errol Bonaparte. Yeah, all right. So it seemed like we're there now.
The thing come now. The look.
Yeah. The notification came?
Yeah, by me.
Oh,
so.
okay.
So I'm gonna be good to go. Out and bad.
Yeah. Watch now. You know Anne Rodney?
I can't say I'm sure.
Anne Rodney is that is Jack Bay girlfriend. No Jack Bay?
Yeah, from Tivoli.
Yeah, Ahoma was.
Rasta Jack B.
Yeah. I don't know if Jack Bay still in America. Yeah, you go up and meet the lady, you know. I don't know if he come back down. I ain't seen him at all. But no, if he come back, he'll bring something for me. Yeah, bring a little bottle of oil or some kind of thing. He like oils.
Okay.
Yeah. Cindy jumping down about Anne Rodney, she mother. We know we just don't want to talk to you. We just don't mention you, Cindy. What happened to you? You feel we don't know that your mother did. We know that, we sure. Hey, you just want to come into people's conversation, so you think anybody bad. And watch that. You will like Cindy in her
You know what?
her thing today. Her status today.
Why is it?
Yeah, watch that. That Cindy status, you know, keep
Out
moving, you know.
and bad.
Cindy bad as what? In her status today, that keep moving, you know. Nah, boy. Cindy will get through it.
Green like sardines.
Let me see if I can put Cindy's status here. Let me see if I can put Cindy's status up to see. No, boy, I can't get it. But no, Sydney bad today. Okay, so Carl, what's the latest, right?
Well, first of all, we didn't have a opportunity to brand.
Hold on, let me just say, Cindy, send that profile pic that you put up there send it in the in on the Facebook. Send it on the Facebook chat so that the folks can see. Bernadette, good morning. Yeah. So what are you saying now?
I need to say thank you, a hearty thank you to our good Samaritan, Andrew. You realize you didn't hear me for most of yesterday?
It's usual. It's usual.
No, it's not usual.
But
I usually
for me,
message you.
No, but if you
All-
don't,
all-
if,
all
no,
the-
I'll be straight with you. If I don't hear you 2 days,
Yeah.
if one day goes by I don't hear, I'm like, he chilling.
Yeah.
He don't want to be disturbed. I wouldn't bother you.
Right.
But a second day, I'll be like, nah, let me go and check that soldier and see what's going on.
Now, so to the good Samaritan that caused me to have back my gadget. My
What
gadget
gadget?
fell, my phone.
Where is it?
But I get it back.
It broke?
Now it fell on a bus. And somebody who was sitting very close to me on the bus knew me, so they caused me to get it back sometime last night.
Really?
Yeah, so I was off the grid for most of the day yesterday.
That was nice.
Yeah, they know who they are. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
That was really nice, man.
Second day, Joe, I didn't get a chance even to Brango. The tragedy close to you there, man. The fire, Anna.
Oh, that. Yeah.
And based on what I picked up at that, like to say, I wonder if I should say that.
But you can coin your phrases.
Yeah,
and
based on what I pick up and hearing from persons, the fire people came and they say the equipment didn't work 100%. I like one.
What is 100%?
Like you see, when the first one started to send out the water, apparently he had a breakdown.
Breakdown. I didn't hear what any breakdown.
Well, that one of the guys say, but
You have to understand that, and people must know and understand that. Because they always say, oh, the fire truck don't water. That is never the case.
never
That is never the
I
case.
could
A
attest to
fire truck would not leave
without water. to
without
burn a
water.
fire.
And know this, learn this, and believe this. The fire truck, when it is parked up, waiting on whatever calls,
Yeah.
hopefully these calls never come because nobody likes fire.
Nobody does.
It is always filled with water.
Always.
Always.
I've been around fire trucks. So
It's always filled with water,
I
or
know.
with, if they're using foam,
yes,
it's always ready to
always
go.
equipped.
Always equipped and ready to go. What happens is that you have to understand that when you see these fires and these trucks start to pump this water, they probably pump the water for like 5 minutes and it's done. And you'll be like, oh, that equipment water they
No,
coming.
the amount
But
of water will come out.
that is it. They ain't realizing the amount of water that would have gone out. You know? So what I heard is that one of the trucks, the wheel
Caught fire.
caught fire.
Yeah.
And I think they said that was a truck from Brentford. So
Yeah.
it could have been with the pace it's coming,
Yes.
and maybe some binding of the brakes or whatever could have been an issue, and that was an issue. Hey, but I personally, knowing the house, not that I used to be in and out of the house, but
Yeah.
knowing the house, you have to understand that first thing to understand. The house is of concrete and wood.
Yeah.
First thing to understand.
Yep.
Second thing to understand. That house has been built since in the 70s, early 70s. That's the second thing to understand.
As
So-
you would say in Tong Long.
Right. Now that means that any wood for any length of time is a tinderbox.
Yeah.
Once it gets
Once
oxygen,
it
it gets
ignite.
ignited and gets oxygen, it is going to burn.
Mad rush.
And that is what took place. Again, I was not on site,
Yeah.
but listening to different people, what I took away from it is that one person said to me, Andre, I was disappointed because the firemen were not properly dressed.
There was a concern. Yeah,
that one too?
yeah.
Right. That the firemen were not properly dressed. No, I have a problem with that. If that is correct, then I have a serious problem with that. When you hear fire as a fireman and you're on duty, bang, you jump it. And if you get there, if you're not, let us suppose that you live in the locale. So you're not going to leave your guys alone fight the fire. If you get there, there should be clothing on the truck.
Yeah, equipment
In the
If
truck for
properly
you to
equipped.
do so and jump in, because we don't want you to get damaged.
Yeah, for any eventuality.
So persons claim that they didn't have helmets and they didn't have the proper gloves and boots and so on. And I could understand that.
Because one guy even said even though they had to make a rescue with the old lady, they couldn't attempt because they wasn't so
They weren't so
equipped.
dressed.
Yeah.
They didn't have their goggles and whatever. And these things, you have to. So maybe it is time for the fire chief, I'm speaking overall, to start looking. Yes, there's a new fire truck in Guelph, I believe, that came up to help.
I think a new one in Grenville.
There's a new one in Grenville that came over to help.
Yeah.
We need a new one in Sateers. Don't worry, go work on that one. We need a new one in Sateers. But while we have new vehicles, then we must ensure that we have, or if we have, if you're saying to me, okay, Andre, we have, fine, then tell them use it. They can't turn up at the fire not fully dressed.
Yeah.
We cannot create a problem for our health system.
No.
If you are to be fully dressed, then be fully dressed.
Once you're attempting a house fire, you have to prepare for any eventuality.
Because you
rescue
don't
and
know what's in the
everything.
house. You don't know what's in the house. What could explode? What could knock you senseless? You don't know. So be fully dressed. One person said to me, Carl, that the firemen look like if they're afraid to fire for themselves. you know they're going to say these things. But a little bit of humor. But no, I'm really saying that we need to do the fire people, the fire chief need to do something and do a how would you call it, a check, Carl?
Yeah.
Do a check and ensure that when they're leaving, they carry one or two suits. So you make sure that one or two suits
Okay.
are always in the truck. So if there's a ordinary other police officer who comes and who wants to help,
Wow.
put on a suit.
Or a fireman might live in the local and
Yeah.
he off.
Suit.
Yeah.
The suit is there. So at least you have two suits in the truck. Because they're gonna the others who are leaving the station, they will be dressing at the station and not in the truck. And please, helmets, gloves, everything, wear them.
It's better you in my view, it's better you over prepare than you under prepare. The next thing brings me to hydrants.
I'm listening.
Because I believe hydrant is part of the being prepared. Close to the gas station in Montfenny, you any hydrant in that environment?
To the gas station in Montfendu.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Is there one close to the gas station in Sortes?
I don't know. These days, I see that the hydrants because the hydrants have to be put in not by the fire people but by NOASA, because they're the ones.
Yeah, but
But no, these days I'm seeing they're putting them up. There's one in High Street close to where Zet is, in that junction there by the cemetery. There's one there up. There's one in the junction in Rose Hill up. You understand? So maybe they're changing them. The main junctions usually have one, but there's none in Madays. I believe that there's one somewhere down by Mellow down there. I believe that there's one down there, but I'm not sure. But it is probably the best thing that they're doing now in putting the fire hydrants up. Do you understand? So they're easily accessible. But I remember that there was one time I had an interview with someone from the fire department, and we were talking the hydrants, and what was happening is that the hydrants that they had that were already here and in the ground, these had become sort of is outdated the correct word, boy? They're still workable, but the connections to them
Yeah.
were not the connections that was coming with the new systems,
trucks, yeah.
the new trucks and whatever.
Yeah.
So they had to relook that whole thing. So maybe that is why we're seeing the hydrants up at this particular point in time. The red ones that we're seeing up. So we'll say to the communities wherever you are, remember, try and help in keeping these things safe, keeping them open, keeping them free. And remember, one of the things that you should know at no time, irrespective of where it is, at no time should you park in front of a fire hydrant.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the fire truck will be coming and you may not be there to move your car. And trust me, if they have to push it out, they will push it out. And your car could get damaged.
Even when you hear this fire high coming, give way.
Give way.
Some people trying to race in front of the fire truck.
Yeah, so give way, and please refrain from parking in front of the hydrant. As a matter of fact, you should be giving the hydrant
Enough
as much
space.
as 4 feet, 6 feet space on either
At least
side.
15.
But yeah, but I'm just saying, 4 feet. If you do 4 feet on either, 6 feet on either side, then you get what you want for a
12.
fire truck. Well, anyway, but you give it room. At no time should you be parking close to it. It is not a safe thing to do. And these are some of the things.
But I believe you have legislation and things for that, and I mean the RTA.
Well, yeah, it's one thing to have legislation, Carl, but it's another thing to
Enforce.
well, not just to enforce, but to make people more aware.
You educate them.
You see, I keep saying to the RGPF, and I've said that to them. Yes, we give them time, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 hours per week. Eastern has 1 hour. Western has 1 hour per week. And we make a sacrifice here to do that. Now, who's doing that? Yeah. We make a sacrifice here
To have them get time.
to have them get time. And this week, Carl, take this week into consideration. None of them turned up. Granted, they gave excuses. One excuse was what? And let me not go into the excuses. But you can't. This is not how radio works, and this is not how the media works. And you have to understand that we make the time available for you, and time is what makes money for us to be able to pay our bills and pay salaries and such. Right? We don't get subvention from anybody. It's about making money. And if we are willing to give you that time, then for crying out loud, Carl, don't you think they should make use of the time?
Yeah, man. They say time is money.
Yeah, man. Because this week, there's an excuse from Eastern, there's an excuse from Western. So that's, and what happens then, Dale, good morning. What happens then is that you get the excuse like an hour before.
Yeah.
So now you have to run around like a chicken with the head cut off to fill that hour. That they were supposed to fill. And it's really not fair to us to be giving you this and you not making serious use of it. Now, the other thing in relation to making use, I believe that media entities owe it to the state to put out relevant information. But these bits of information, Carl Keaton, we should not be going searching for it.
It should come.
To put it out. Do you understand? In relation to traffic and police and whatever and that sort of thing, instead of sending us a notice for when road close, Do you understand? You should be sending, I have said to Eastern and Western Division, hey, do little infomercials.
Your road tips.
Do tips. If you don't have a place to record it, come here. We will record it and
Yes.
we'll produce it and we'll put it out. It's not costing you a cent.
No.
And they're still not doing it. And that bothers me. So when things like fire tips and for when you hear ambulances and you hear fire trucks, you hear siren, what to
Emergency
do,
vehicles.
emergency vehicles, what to do. You hear once you hear a siren, you should be knowing exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a fire, what you need to do. If you're the first person, you're the first respondent, then
Yeah.
what you need to do. If you don't have credit on the phone, know and understand that you could still dial 911. It will work.
Yeah.
Do you understand? These things, these are tips that people need to have at their fingertips.
Even in a case like where you have house fire, sometimes the information could be very valuable in terms of electricity. So you know you have to contact Gren like when you're coming. Not only the fire truck. So yeah, the tips. They could well they should do that. But I guess it go happen now because your very good friend is the deputy designate. So I think you'll communicate with that. You Andre go communicate with Taff, and Taff will cause that time to happen.
You must not do that. You're putting me in a very precarious position and you're putting a man reputation at
No reputation with me.
No, you can't do that. That's not nice.
You mean
You
well.
don't have to do something. Go and tell everybody that Taff is my friend.
But Taff is my friend
Yeah,
too.
but next thing they start to look at me and ball. Informer, you can't take that chance, brethren. You
Because-
can't do me that.
If you snitch for the right reason, that good.
No, me a snitch. Do you understand? I know the gentleman, but you kind of putting it forward, you know, like Rastafari is a snitch. Rastafari no snitch, brethren.
You duck into a shot ball.
No, I ain't duck. I ain't ducking. I move away.
Yeah, well-
and I'm telling you, I draw it to the attention of the umpire that there is the second ball that passed over my shoulder. That's what I do it. Yeah, that's what I do this. So you know, no ball is the next one you're bowling, you know. But no, they need to work on it. And I'm saying, Real FM, we have made
Time available.
We make time available. Just link us, make time available, so you can think. We have been saying this ever since Vanny Cohen was in charge of how you call the place? CRD.
Yeah.
And he never bothered. So who is in charge of CRD now? Do you know?
I think Trevor Rodney.
Trevor Rodney. My brethren, Trevor Rodney?
Yeah.
Yeah, brethren again. See, brethren.
Yeah,
I have
so
another brethren. No. Anyway, but this is serious. We need to educate our people. And if there are tips that we can help send out to the people, the police need to come forward and say, oh, this is what we'd like. And you can come record it here, and we'll take care of the rest. Would it cost? Yeah, it's gonna cost you. How much? Don't know. You can make a contribution.
Yeah.
From the Police Benevolent Association. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You could contribute.
You contribute to the existence.
The next thing, Dre, I saw on social media, and that's something me and you, traversing the country, always have an issue with derelict vehicles on the roadside. I realize the authorities are making an attempt now to rectify the situation. And Superintendent Carnot was saying, like, persons who already go give them a ticket or something like that. And they have 7 days to remove same. Failure to do so, the relevant authority will remove same, but the cost will be borne by the owner of the derelict vehicles. I think there's too much vehicles on the roadside, man.
I'm listening to you.
So I think it's a good move because even, you know, on some roadside garages just be like around corners and thing, and they like, you know, They're dealing with vehicles. I don't know if because them is garage, they hope that more vehicles go get mashed up and come by them, but they just pay no attention to causing obstruction and so forth. And I think they are right move by the authority to try to treat with. Because if you don't want to move it for yourself, it will be removed, but the cost is yours.
Brilliant move. However,
You tell me.
before we go on, Desmond Richards, do you know that person? The SP?
SP Richards? Yeah,
Desmond Richards?
yeah,
Do you know it?
yeah.
All right. He's the one who's in charge of CRD. Rodney is at Central. He's the 2IC.
Oh, well, maybe recently that
But I'm
happened.
just letting you know.
There's one same guy we commended for being out with the officers during
Where?
the. Remember we met him by Chris Place, Chris Rayburn.
In the junction there?
Yeah, when he
I
was-
like the guy. I don't
yeah.
know the guy. I like the guy. The guy's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out with the forces
Yeah.
on
The
during the
COVID.
COVID.
Yes,
Yeah, I remember.
yes.
I remember
That's
us
the
meeting
guy.
there. Yeah, he was in plain clothes
Yes,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, well, he's a nice guy. You can see that he's a people's person because he was out with the regulars.
Yes.
He spent time in the junction there with them. I remember that time when you met him there. So, Mr. Richards, congratulations. Work with me, and we're gonna make this thing great. Yeah. Now your good friend is saying that Rodney is at Central. He's the 2IC in Central. You know who is your good friend?
I guess.
Who?
The guy I get to call the radio.
That is your great friend. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. He's the one who's keeping us, in check. It's good that he's listening, so he's able to do something.
He's hard at this now.
Yeah, he's an ardent listener. The removal of derelict vehicles, brilliant idea by the state. Must commend the state for deciding, hey, we need to do this. However, my thing is that the state is given too much time.
7 days too much.
7 days is too many. Definitely too many. Already, the mere fact that the state would have done so and say, hey, this is what we're going to do, the time has started. For everybody, across the board. Okay, where you are, the time has started. Ain't no thing that government still have to come or pay somebody to go around to come and put a notice on your vehicle. Nope. It's not gonna work. It should not work that way. You know that what you're doing is wrong, undo it now. And I'll just tell you, well, what you're doing is wrong, so we're giving you time when we put, imagine, that the person, let us suppose that they start eastern side coming to circle the island. The person who is in Guelph, yeah, that person can wait until they finish in St. David, St. Andrew, St. Patrick, St. Mark to reach to them, No. You have been told.
24 hours.
As far as I'm concerned, just like how they have the things with the voters list in different areas, put up a public notice there. You put it on the radio already, you put up a public notice. Who can hear, let them see.
Put it up by quote. Yeah, them places where they have the voters.
Yeah, put it up there. Just put up these notices. Remove your vehicle now, otherwise you'll be towed away and you will pay. It's kind of petting people to do things. Yeah, petting people to do this. This is wrong. It is already wrong, I ain't gonna pet them to do it, to fix it. No. There is too much petting. And listen to this. While the government or the state, put it that way, is waiting for these people to move their things, when they move it, Carl, where they putting it?
Yeah.
Where they putting it? Carl, the thing is going to be dumped in the waterways, in the ravines,
Yes.
in the rivers, at precipice into the sea.
Yeah, into the mountain.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Go up in the mountain and that is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So what has to happen is this. You're supposed to do something, move to the person. When you move to them, say, hey, you don't move that until you tell me where you're going to put it. That is what should be added to the thing. You don't move that until you tell me where you're going to move it to.
And seeing that you have a cost attached to it, you should tell them here is some places where you could go. So they have to pay to bring it there.
You understand? Savannah Swayze, Lord of mercy, I'm sorry for Savannah Swayze.
Yeah.
And that is only one spot that I know.
Yeah.
Well, Long Wall area, sorry for that area too. That's the second spot that I know.
You're sorry?
I'm sorry for them. I'm not crying.
To Savannah Swayze, you're
Yeah,
sorry?
I'm sorry. That is what is going to happen. So what should be done, Carl? The government has, as it at its service, the youngsters who do environmental health work, the wardens. Yeah? Mm-hmm. The government have the wardens. Deploy your wardens. They don't necessarily have to be in a particular town, like they have to stay in Victoria or stay in Guave
Or
stay in Soteres or stay in Grenville. No. You deploy your workers.
They could pass in Swayze.
They could pass in Swayze because I'm sorry for Swayze. You understand? I'm sorry for Swayze. So if you deploy or if you cause your wardens, your environmental health wardens, they're youngsters and they're working. And whereas at this particular point in time, they do not, while they're ensuring that the different places still follow a certain level of the protocol,
Yeah.
they are not as hard pressed, Carl, as before. So you can start using them in these and other areas. You understand?
I agree.
And therefore, they will be on the lookout for the trucks and the persons who deliver things illegally in Swayze. Because I'm sorry for Swayze. And this is what we need to be doing. So, somebody saying there is more than one long wall, so be specific. Well, okay. If that is how you want to play the thing, yeah, I agree that there is more than one long wall. So the long wall I'm speaking of here is the one in St. Patrick. It's not in St. Andrew. Just like all you want to Tifri Rum Distillery. What I mean by that? We run down to the in St. Andrew, in St. Patrick's, but all you holding the key for the thing in the police station in Grenville.
Mm-hmm.
A lie?
Nope.
Okay, there you go. Somebody sent a message. We're going to read it there before it's not available to be read. Okay, here we go. Where is it?
He moved already?
No, man, it didn't move. Morning, guys. This vehicle has a VIN number. This can be traced back to the owner of the vehicle. If this vehicle is illegally dumped, you can charge them also an illegally dumping at a much higher cost. Yeah, Brethren, caller, we coming to you. Yeah, Brethren, I know that each vehicle has a VIN number, but VIN numbers can be removed. And when they're removed or damaged to a certain extent, you can't know the vehicle. You could only guess.
Because some of them crafty enough, eh?
Yeah, to remove the VIN number. And we don't want them to illegally dump it. Because if they illegally dump it, that means that we have to go and remove it from where they illegally dump it if we're going to charge them a cost for illegally dumping. We can't charge them for illegally dumping and they pay and we don't remove. So what has to happen is that we need to prevent the illegal dumping. And if you catch them illegally dumping, all you do is just
You need to protect Swayze.
I need to protect. But if you catch them illegally dumping, I just make them go down there and take it out. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And good morning, Mr. Kid.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, while you're speaking about that, it is going on EBN right now too. The gentleman is making all the explanation about it. But my point I want to make to you this morning is, the gentleman you had on this morning came home. I felt really delighted to hear him. And I thought your questions to him was very, very much on top board. Right? He was very good in your questions and he gave you a good account. And do you know that when he spoke about Gaul and they're looking for other areas, it brings me back to what I told you, that they looked at Dougalston and was interested in at least over 100 acres in Dougalston. And do you know, just 2 days ago, the manager of the estate called me and asked me for us to come on Saturday to go and look through the map to look at some of the areas that they are designate, because perhaps the owners may be having a change of mind. And I mean, we are playing too much. We are playing with the opportunities that is there for development. If these people take 100 acres in Dougalston, you know what that will do for St. John? You know what that will do for St. John? With the kind of ground spacing that you have in St. John, in Dougalston? And we're sleeping over that. The owners are sleeping over that. This thing should have been in Dougalston already. And if you listen to what the gentleman said, that because of the costing from one part to the other with having to tow the cane, and you have enough ground space in Dougalston to store cane. So I hope that that sense come into the owner's head and that something could be done, because this will change St. John by leaps and bounds. So I was, when I heard the gentleman speaking to you and I heard what he said, when you asked him the question about how much more acres they want to do, and he give you the whole run and give you how much they have and by what year they intend to put on what more. I felt happy inside with the hope that common sense take place. Because you have so much facility in Dougalston where you could do that. So much. And you're not far from the main road. So you know how to do all this amount of driving in. And I was glad when you asked him about the development of the road, and he said they are willing to partner with government to bring the road up to a standard. That again is a plus. So there's heavy opportunities there for government to take charge of. Lastly, Mr. Cato, I heard a piece of news.
Caton, yeah?
Caton.
Cato is the guy that doesn't pay them people correct money in them thing.
I can't help you say that, eh?
What did I say? That doesn't pay them people correct money in thing?
Yeah.
What is thing?
I can't help you say that.
What is thing?
Thing, I don't know.
Well, exactly. So you
Right.
would help me. You ain't getting into trouble for not getting money in thing?
No. I heard a piece of news where the union take offense against the police coming in the customs port authority to detain a gentleman or worker to speak to, and the union take objection. The union leader take objection and say that they should be noticing them first. Now I want to be educated, because I find something has to be strange there. If somebody walking with you and the police have to detain that person, why does the police have to come and get right away from the union? I can't see that at all. the police have the right to go to any institute and detain and question anybody?
Clifford, say that again. Not that the police has a right. Start from where you started it at. I want to get this. Tell me what happened.
Okay, what happened is some gentleman or somebody working in Ports Authority was being questioned, have to be questioned. And because the police went in there, the union take objection.
Hold on. You mean TAU take objection to this?
Yes. And that they had a strike there for that matter.
But hold on. Clifford, so what you're telling me in essence here is this, yeah? Any one of the workers here can do something, and as long as they're inside of here, police cannot come to question them?
That's the impression that I got.
But that is stupidness.
That's what I got.
That ain't making no sense.
And I'm asking Mr. Caton personally, being a policeman, because I can see, if you listen good, Mr. Redhead.
So that is why they locked down the port this morning?
Yes, yesterday.
This morning too?
Yes.
So because of that, so hold on. Well, let Caton speak, eh? Let Caton speak. He got very close to being a lawyer, so
No. I didn't pass the bar.
You didn't pass the bar, but at
But
least
I
you
know a
some.
little bit.
You know a little bit.
Whenever a police officer is trying to discover whether or by whom an offense is committed, he's entitled to question anyone from whom he thinks useful information may be obtained. So maybe TAU and them don't know that.
I find it was strange. If
He's entitled to question anyone. This is so whether the person is charged or not.
Yes.
So if the guy walking on the port and they want to question him, the police could walk in on the port, unlike me and you, Clifford, who had to show all kind of things to go on the port. The police just walking in it on an investigation. And nobody can stop him from going in.
But if you
As long as he identifies
Yes,
himself
so
as
how-
a police officer.
That thing with the
Say what you have to say, Carl. Those troops and Fred. Say it so that people know it. Troops and Fred don't have no. We ain't know what
the
you mean by
union just blow hot air. Just like how they make people go to work and say they strike. And then nothing happen and now they blaming the government for not paying them. But them what make them go on strike. The same thing they doing with these people and them. They seem to engage in themselves in fight what they do equip to or they don't get advice on. So they just making this thing there and they know what they're doing is not right. Like, it's like they want to spread discord. You ever hear who go against the rule of law? And these people are just want to talk about law and rule of law. And every time the rule of law come in, they going against it.
I don't know, but I find it was strange.
Somebody must ask the union guy what grounds he have for that.
No, but that as far as I'm concerned, Carl, can be considered to be irresponsible behavior by the union. I mean, so
Now, I'll put it simple. That could be considered jackassing the thing.
yeah, that is jackassing the thing. And you know what is interesting, Cliff?
Yeah.
And I want you to go with this one. This one is very interesting. When we make laws in this country, the draftsmen in the league. Carl, I want you to help me and tell me if I'm correct here, because you know a little bit more. The draftsmen in the legal, the politicians will come up and say, okay, fine, we want a law
To treat with us.
to treat it X, and then the draftmen will sit down and draft it out, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the draftmen finish, then it goes to the legal affairs minister,
Yes.
who then brings it to parliament
He has a bill.
as a bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it is passed in the lower house, where does it go?
To the upper house.
To the upper house.
Yeah.
And if the upper house ain't agree with it, it has to go back to the lower house, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
until the upper house is satisfied that yes, we could go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, both houses could change. The
Yeah,
First
but
Amendment.
but the upper house can
Yes,
stop it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, the laws of Grenada, as exist now, they weren't stopped by the upper house. And the leader of the union is a member of the upper house. So what he is saying is that the laws of Grenada not good, you know. That is why he's, Clifford, you understand that?
Yeah. Well,
Well, he's a member.
Yeah.
So if he is saying that that shouldn't happen, and that is the law, that means he's against the law or the laws of the land.
Yeah, but our other school of thought.
Tell me.
Either the Lord of good or he, and by virtue of the person the question is above the law. Because if the law
They say no man
applies
is
to
above the
you,
law.
if the law apply to you, if going and the police going to question him is wrong, but it's legal. So I trying to say that man above the law, so you can't
They
touch
say
him?
prince and no prince, justice must have his course. If
Yeah.
you're the prime minister's son or the prime minister's wife, you have to be treated as my wife.
And then justice delayed is justice denied.
Yeah.
So the police can delay.
Anyhow, I thought I really should have got that way, but Mr. Andrea was pleased with the interview with the gentleman Ken Corder. I think I was pleased. And this nonsense about, we have too much rum in Grenada and whatnot, I think is just thing.
Who's
We
saying
need
you have to
employment
rum,
in
eh?
Grenada, and there will never be no time that rum stop making the world. When I and you go, they're going to still have those that come in, going to still be drinking rum. Sure on that.
So Clifford, you got to go and taste the rum yonder?
Well, BJ promised me about at least I'll give Mr. Andre to give me. I don't know if he get it yet and he have it there, but he ain't tell me about it yet.
BJ is no longer employed with Kenco, right?
Yeah, but he could have get the bottle and have and give you and have it there.
I don't know. I can't say that.
Okay.
He alone will know. Why didn't call this morning and ask the guy for a bottle?
Well, I tried to call, but
But what?
you were busy on the line with the gentleman, so I had to wait. That's why I had to wait until you finish.
He wasn't on the line. He was in studio.
Well, I couldn't get through
I
because
couldn't get you.
no. But I really think I look at this as a plus to Grenada in terms of employment, in terms of even what he just said that the persons there, the women there, that's the first in the world.
Yeah.
Still has?
Yeah,
First in the world.
Yeah, first
And
in the
do
world.
you know that these people could reach very, 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 very far through that?
Yeah.
Because the training they believe get in there, they could go in any other industry and work.
And
With that
One of the
training-
things that we have to understand there that the facilities at Renegade Spirits, the facilities there, Clifford is
World class.
is
World
world class. Probably almost second to none.
Going in other places
Yeah.
like stepping down.
And going to work in some places, as Carl says, like stepping down. So it means that they are of a very high standard,
Yeah.
and they can be caught up in the industry almost anywhere in the world
Because
because
So
of what they can
that's a plus for Grenada.
Because they already won an award, you know.
Two.
In front, two.
do now.
Yeah.
That's a plus for Grenada. So I think we should look at this thing. I mean, and that's one of the things that I have against the government, because I don't think the government blows their trumpet enough. The authorities don't blow their trumpet enough. They
Don't
go in
worry,
and celebration and they
Cliff.
talk and they
Don't worry,
and they-
Cliff. You're about to see different things rolling out in relation to government and government letting people know what they're doing. When you start to see things like that, you will be wondering, hey,
Well,
what
I
is
want
taking
to
place?
be in a wandering position.
No, yeah, well, you will soon be. You'll be like, wow, all this government has been doing? Just, all I say to you, hang on there, brother. Have a good day. Take care of yourself.
I hope I get you on Sunday. You all will be on.
Sunday, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right?
Well, take care.
Take care of yourself too. Good. Clifford Bridgman. Have you ever met Clifford? No.
I saw him already.
You
though.
saw him, but you never met him. I'm trying to figure out, why is it that this guy, this Monday guy, continue to lead people in a way he should not be leading them? What is the issue? It's not like you're not saying that the police beat up the man, You vex because the police going to question the person in relation to an issue, you know. So what are you saying? Don't question the person? Or the police cannot go on a job site? The person not working with themselves, you know.
No.
And the police would not have entered without the knowledge.
Without information.
No, without the knowledge of Port Authority.
Yeah.
And if he's working in customs without the knowledge of the controller. Do you understand? And added to that, Mr. I call him Mr. because I don't want to mess up the rank. Mr. from St. Andrew. He works at the port. He's the highest officer on the port. What's his name? He was one of the commissioners up on...
Redhead?
Mr. Redhead is in charge of the port, correct?
Yeah.
What is he, not a police?
Yeah.
So you already have police inside of it. So what is your issue, Monday? I wish you could explain this. I wish you could explain this. What are you saying now, Depo? What are you saying? But you can't purchase Renegade in Grenada. Purchase online is in the visit. You can't purchase Renegade in Grenada, right? If you try to purchase it online,
Something.
is about between 163 and 175 for the white. So, and that's US, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you're looking about $400 plus for a bottle, eh?
Yeah.
Who paying that? Well, they put that for you. That is what Mark was saying this morning.
This for the corn yourselves.
Yeah, that is not for
That's
you.
John Crumb.
That is not John Crumb. Yo, I ain't even gonna say that I have a bottle home for fear that somebody might want to take my bottle. I ain't even gonna say that. Nah? Good morning. Oh, lost that one. You can call back 4420175. Feel free to call. Are you crazy, Carl?
Yeah.
$400 a bottle. Good morning.
Good morning, brother Ant.
Yes, Miss Jacob. Good morning, and go ahead,
brother
please.
Carl. Yes, let me tell you about Rome. This lady you see watching here, I'm talking to you here now.
Mm-hmm.
I could make a rum, you know, because my father used to make rum, you know. I could make rum, and yes, rum a good no. Long time rum, that was the best rum you could ever get in Grenada. And it's that give us the strength to go to school, buy books, buy uniform, and buy everything. My father had the cane, and Daddy Mitchell had the mill. You understand me? So I could tell you about rum long ago. And rum long ago, when you boiling it, when you setting it to get the syrup, and you put it in a jug. You understand? And you get your yeast, and you let it set for 21 days. You understand? That was rum. You getting the real McCoy in the syrup. Westerhall used to grind cane. Eh? Yes, you getting the real rum. As you watching me there, I could boil rum. I know about rum in Grenada. What? I was a real rum drinker, I know. In the night, I would drink a whole quarter bottle of rum. And nobody never see me on the street drunk. When I tell people that, they're telling me a story.
Okay, Miss Jacob, thank you very much.
So this kind of rum making long in Grenada.
Yeah. I will have to change your name, Miss Jacob. I'll have to call you Rumbo.
Anything you could bring me.
Okay, Rumbo, we will see.
Okay, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Okay, sir. Good. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. I take a pause, not for for a cause. I say a good morning to Bridget and Minds who's listening. And yo, Collie, morning, Bridget. We'll back. Everything good, bro? Good. Margaret, good morning to you and thanks. Wilbur, right now, put you in the special list, eh? So I have to call you almost every day. I have to say good morning to you now. Good morning, my brethren. You know, love, respect all the time. You know that. Good morning to you. Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, what happened in the
Yes,
Primus?
I not your bothering, so you
What?
I not your bothering, Mr. Donald.
You not my brethren?
But that's why you know make me feel like.
No, man, you always my brethren. I mean, I can't ask for better brethren than you.
Good morning, Mr. Calcutta.
Morning.
But when I know you know color price, you know I get sober one time.
You,
If you repeat that price twice again, I junk, you know.
you're drunk, I'm telling you, Primus. Promise, you remember I've been saying to people that this rum is not for rum drinkers in Grenada. I've been telling them that, and they feel it's a joke. Primus, $400 a bottle. And mind you, the people have sale for their rum, eh?
What?
And it's not look. So if a man right now, Primus, if you pass by me and I give you a drink in that, you have to be real special. Yeah?
But no, in case I just find out you give me a teaspoon.
No, but that's good. That's good.
Anyway, that should be the price of alcohol, Mr. Donald.
Well, that's something that you can say too.
It's a
Yeah.
deterrent from doing.
A deterrent.
Drinking.
If they have to pay more than X for a bottle, then they might drink less. They might. Eh? You don't know yet. Eh? They might.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, take care, sir, man. Hey,
Mr. Donald, I'm in a lot of trouble this morning.
what happened to you now, bro?
Lord, since 7 o'clock I've been having some cauliflower.
And
But at least it'll be a little bit too much on my hand for tomorrow. It's
No,
so
man.
strange. I didn't look at the field for the past 2 days. And this morning when I came, I'm totally surprised, Mr. Donald.
so what you know what you have to do?
I'm looking at, I will have to get and dispose of almost 150 pounds of cauliflower tomorrow.
So you know how you're gonna do that, right?
Well, I have no other choice to go to the stadium. So,
Yeah, but you need to drop the price.
yes, Mr. Donald, I always do that. I always
Yeah, drop the price so that it'll rush off your hands. So let people know for now that you have serious cauliflower tomorrow. So they're gonna be literally rushing you in the early hours to get their cauliflower.
Mr. Donald, I could always post that my cauliflower price is always remain the cheapest in the stadium.
Well, just bring
On
it.
the market,
How do you sell your cauliflower? Let me hear.
comparing to other prices, $5 per pound.
$5 per pound. So bring yours to $4 a pound tomorrow.
And Mr. Donald, when I say $5 a pound, you would not be getting less than 3 cauliflower. Circumference head, 3 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. So
Anyway,
at least you'll be getting more than a pound.
all right. So here's
So
what.
normally bag them out in plastic bags.
Because of the amount that you have, Primus,
Yeah.
can we say that persons can get it for $4 a pound tomorrow?
I don't have a problem, Mr. Donald.
So right, so I am saying here that your cauliflower is $4 a pound tomorrow. Come and get it, rush it out.
Yes, Mr. Donald.
Right, okay, good.
And
One
another crop, I have plenty again. I'll be having plenty beans.
plenty beans.
Yeah, not touch a new field,
Okay.
and they'll have a fair amount.
All
But I
right.
don't fight, Mr. Donald.
Okay, so the folks can come and check you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir.
One
Have a good
love. Yeah, good. So you see that? Instantly, $4 a pound for cauliflower. I dropped that price one time.
One time, same
Yeah,
time.
one time, same time. You can't play with this thing.
Nah, man.
No. And I love the fact, you see, he said he's selling at the lowest price already.
And still bending.
And he's saying, and I do so and say $4, and he's saying, okay.
So when you go to buy from me, you have to bend down to pay for the price
Yeah,
low.
force the price low. You have to bend down under the van to pay. No, but that's good. It's good. I really appreciate that from Primus. And if other farmers were to do same, do you understand?
Yeah.
Because, and he's doing it because, hey, damn, the field surprised him.
Yeah.
So he's saying, look, I gotta get rid of it.
You know, rather I let it spoil.
Good morning. Hello? Okay, so I don't know that. That kind of signal, I didn't know that kind of signal there. So Carl, something happened in St. Patrick's again, Carl.
What happened?
And I wonder, I'm going to tread very, very carefully with this one after I take this phone call. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, sir.
First of all, I want to apologize. The other day when I met you at the bus terminus, I was so accustomed with 483. So when you step out from the van, I didn't make you out. But really, I had some challenge with my eyes as well.
Okay.
So I apologize for this.
That's all right, my brother.
Why I accustomed to this, I had a carrier number 483. It was a Bluebird some 5 years ago. That's why I
Okay.
accustomed.
All right.
So I apologize for this.
No problem, brother. We good
But
like that.
mainly, is what I want to find out is Mr. K2, or I wonder if I'm mistaken his name. I understand that as he said he was or you said he was an MP?
Mr. You mean the Cato here? The Caton here?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yes, he was a senator.
He's a police, he served Grenada in sports, as he said. And to me, man of the cloth, it's bad when I use the word bad, you know what I mean, in politics, you know. Like, and this man know quite a lot about the Bible, because at one time he and Clifford had a little discussion on the Bible. But what I want to find out, who is this guy, really?
Look at him right there. Ask him. Look at him there. Ask him.
I don't know if I know this guy or something like that, but there's a great man in the area. I don't know where you just get this guy and them to put him on the radio. Even this morning, this man pulled everything out of the can, you know.
Okay.
I wish I would know this guy, Mr. Keaton. He's not from Sotes.
He's from St. Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah. Who is this guy? Yeah. He's from St. Patrick's.
I would be so glad to know him.
Ask him who he is now. You can ask the question and he's listening.
Yeah.
Which part from St. Patrick's you also?
And I'm from Redmond.
Redmond. Well, I know of the Narines from Redmond.
Right. Well, that's right. That's the place. But I recently, sometime I married and I transferred over to Fountain, but I have to say Redmond. You know.
Okay. Well, I'm from the Pointsfield, Montrose area.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to find. I'm glad to meet you sometime, but to see you, a man of.
Where we could make it possible.
Yeah.
Well, through Andre.
True.
Well, Andre will be the lean spin.
Well, I'm so glad for Andre also, because he's finding these great people to put on his radio, you know, and you educate us a lot in all kind of fields. Look what you're saying about the police. Somebody asked you, you're very knowledgeable concerning the laws of the police and thing, and you can come and share your views on it. And I think your views in it is very important because you have been there. So, thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, Brother Terry. Everything good otherwise?
Everything good otherwise I can say, yeah.
All right, don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, sir. All right.
Who is Terry, Andre?
Brother Terry, as you told you, is from Redmond, lives in Fountain. You remember when they used to make Canon in this country? Canon soft drink?
Yeah.
He was one of the first drivers, one of the first workers in that factory.
Okay.
He worked with the Julians in the Coke factory for a time too, for a period. He is how many churches do you know in Redmond?
Churches? Mm-hmm. I can't see.
There are 2 churches in Redmond actually.
Is Pastor on?
The main, well, I wouldn't say the main, but he's pastor of one of the churches in Redmond. That church is on the right-hand side of the road. When you get to the top of the hill, finally, in Redmond, you know where Oral lives, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when you buy Oral right there, the house is just about 30 meters away from Oral on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
He's the pastor in that church.
Okay.
You know Rohan Narayan?
Yeah.
He drives Huggins, I think.
Yeah.
The chicken.
Yeah.
Right. That church, Rohan is also a member of that church. So that is the church that I've kind of adopted, because I do when we find the time, we do
live
broadcast of church services from that particular church. I haven't done one in a while, and probably one of these mornings, big ships sailing on the ocean could decide, well, you know what, Andre, let's do so and go and do a church service with these people, because we can decide that too. to let them know that big trip is not just about chat, but about interacting with people, right? I'm talking you know. You know Big Ship?
Yes.
Or you refuse to, you don't
Nah.
want that accolade? Or?
Yes, I'm big ship sailing and I need no commotion.
The guy, that guy. Yeah, but seriously, maybe one of these mornings.
The thing about me, Dre, is that I believe that I have something to offer to persons. And being here on the radio, I would add my 2 cents undiluted as I see it. In no way would I would come across and say I know all knowledge flow from me. However, what I do know, I will speak of. And as it relates to, you mentioned about the book, the Book of Scriptures. Now, the Book of Scriptures is something one has to read in the context of the book and not in the context of his own understanding. And the language of the book, you have to consider it when you're reading it. Because sometimes we have ideas as it is. See one except there's like, the same thing about the fruit and the tree. And everybody, the argument is about what fruit it is or what the fruit symbolizes. But the issue about the fruit and the tree is simply obedience to the Ancient of Days. So the argument about if it's sex, if it's an apple, if it's what, this and so on, has nothing to do with that particular passage of scripture. Everything to do, this tree is the obedience to him. So with choice, you could obey or disobey. So when I speak of the book, I speak of the book in that context, not as to come across like I know everything about the book. There's a lot I need to learn about the book also. As it relates to everything I try doing, I try to be as good as I am in it. So I would try to analyze and so on. And I'm happy to know that persons listening to the radio get something from what I'm saying. So that means I'm doing something at least good. So at least they catch me doing something good.
As you say, catch you doing something good.
Yeah.
Do you remember the police had something like that?
Yeah. And
The Western Division?
yeah.
And one of the persons they caught doing something good was who?
I don't know.
They caught Xander doing something good. Xander. So he got to know. I think.
And
I
who was the brainchild of that?
I don't know. I know they had it.
The deputy commissioner, no.
Tough.
Yeah, that was the brainchild of Taff. That's why when we was on the air, I tell you, Taff gonna bring something to the table. That's the kind of person he is. So despite
Come to think of it, yeah.
what one wants to say about Taff in terms of what is being said has nothing to do with the ability of the man.
Yeah. Tough. I remember
So
Tough was
we
there.
could
Yeah,
see
that's
we
true.
could see some innovations coming. Really RGPF. But Taff, I hope you include me in the think tank. Me and Andre down. Because this morning I see Andre your brethren he protest. He say people go say he's snitching. Unlike me, if people want to say I'm snitching, so let it be.
Somebody said they're coming home soon. They want that drink when they arrive. It must be joking out. That bottle not opening. Here, Max say not to open that before a year. Leave that day still. Kenneth want you. Crazy Kenneth Doria. We're going to get some, how do you call it? La Westa.
No man, none of our the how you call it last time? The
West?
guati.
The guati. I was going to get some guati for you. Oh boy. Jenny is saying that she wonder if you're getting cauliflower. $8 a pound. It's even good for her over there. $8. She's willing to pay $8 a pound.
Jenny, just a pity you that far.
And big ship sailing on the ocean?
Yes, Andre Donald.
Big ship sailing on the ocean. Let ship sail. Speaking of ships and sailing, you heard what happened, right?
With the,
To our sailors.
yeah, by the Coast Guard in Trinidad.
Yeah. Fire, you know. And I really and truly am awaiting I'm awaiting a statement from Foreign Affairs on this.
Yeah.
I'm awaiting a statement. I'm giving them chance to investigate, but I'm not going to do so and let it just lie down. I'm giving the Foreign Affairs chance to investigate.
No sweeping under the
And
rug.
then we need to hear from Foreign Affairs in relation to this, because if it happened once, it will happen again.
Or maybe it happened before already too.
And people afraid to
So they
talk.
feel comfortable so to do again.
So we have to, yes, Foreign Affairs, we will be, with you. We're giving you time to investigate. Go ahead, investigate, and make sure that you say the correct thing when you're comfortable in speaking. What? What are you watching me for?
Yeah, Dreddy, I want to raise another issue here now. People in the diaspora, not all, some of you, stop treating Grenada like an unwanted stepchild by spreading all kind of rumors and things that is not true about the country for political ends and means. The damage you're doing to this country might be too hard to fix, even if the political organization you support inherit governance. It would be a Herculean, it would be a very hard task for them to fix or walk back what you're doing to this country. Because you're not here, you're not coming here, but you're saying all manner of despicable things about Grenada.
You're talking about the diaspora?
Yeah,
people?
some in the diaspora.
Some of the diaspora, yeah.
Not all.
Not all.
Let me be very, very clear according to Stephen A. Smith. Let me be very, 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 very clear. Some of you in the diaspora, stop treating Grenada like an unwanted stepchild. When you send something for somebody in good conscience, let it be so. Don't turn around and say they're hungry and all that kind of thing. And stop doing this thing. The Ancient of Days doesn't like ugly. You're quite in your rights to support which political organization you want to. That's your right.
That's your business.
However, when it comes to attacking the country, it's a different matter. Because you could attack Dr. Mitchell, he's quite capable of taking care of himself. I don't have to help defend him. But when it comes for the country and the picture you're painting of the country, stop it. Stop jackassing the thing. Because you very well know the things you are saying about this country is not true. Because it could be easily fact-checked. But you all continue to do it
You see,
for political ends. Stop it. If you love Grenada as you just claim, you need to stop it. Build the country.
we believe, and why do I say we? But I wanted to get through to you too. We believe, Carl, that if Keith Mitchell goes away, then everything bad we would have said and painted the country in whatever light, it will just go away with Keith Mitchell. It doesn't happen that way. And you know it. You know it. As Carl said, political party you want to support, that is your business. But don't do so and cry down when I know for a fact that I am in the best position to speak to how secured I am and how comfortable I feel in this country because of the performance of the RGPF. But you choose to stay outside today. You freight NYPD and you freight LAPD like cat freight holy water. But you're staying outside today and you're running down my police force.
Yes.
And I'm saying my police force because I'm here, you're not here. You're running down the police force. You're running down the health system. Do you understand? You're running down customs and say how they thieving money and they thieving your thing. All them guys think you're saying, you painting bad pictures of Grenada. But At the end of the day, I love Grenada 473. I rep 473. 473, I think they'll box you. Stop that. If you're repping 473, if you love Grenada as you claim, you would not be doing that. You will be saying Deacon Mitchell is better than Keith Mitchell. Fine, go ahead and say that. Nobody can stop you from saying that. You can say that. But the state, you must learn to differentiate state from political party.
Yes.
Two different things. The state, when you hear, I told y'all before and I'll tell you again, if you have a bucket of clean water, if you have a bucket of clean water and you take one drop of dirty water and you drop it in that bucket is dirty water.
Yeah.
If you have a bucket of dirty water and you take a drop of clean water and you drop it into that bucket, it is still dirty water.
Yeah. So stop jackassing it.
Stop jackassing eating. 10:06. That's the time. Stop jackassing the thing. Carl, next patient.
What is the next patient? What? You on the go?
I'll ask you what's the next patient. Boy, what's the next patient? I have a patient.
Come with it, man.
No, and I want you to go. My patient taking
No, come with your patient.
No, my patient taking some time still.
Nah, man. Why you don't want to?
No, not I don't want to. My patient taking some. I want Kusumain. You see, you hear my marching there. If I'm not going left, right?
What?
Yeah.
You get it, man. Yeah, man.
Bartholomew, good morning. So true indeed, because they're wicked. We are the ones who live in here. My beautiful Grenada. I ain't trading for no other.
And you know what is so hypocritical about the same set of people? In recent times, I think one of the beaches in Carrico somewhere won some award. Paradise Beach or something like that.
Yeah.
The
Paradise
same set of people proud and boasting about Paradise Beach. Part of Grenada, the same Grenada they cut in the neck and knife in Grenada neck. The same Grenada what are good for them and all kind of stories about it. Paradise Beach win best place. You need to stop that. And you need to contribute to nation building, irrespective of your political allegiance. Because at the end of the day, that piece of rock belongs to all of us. This piece of rock is ours. So when you try to beat up on it because of your political affiliation, and that is the crux of my argument, Edre, is nothing. I mean, as you say, you could say or do what you want, but you're doing it because of political affiliation. That is my issue. The country deserves more than that. You love the place whenever it suits you. You love the place when job come. 100,000 job, you love the place.
10,000 job.
No, 100,000
job, yeah.
You love the place.
That.
You love your juvie.
You love Kirani James.
Kirani James, mass must play.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn around from loving all that and just beating up the place. The worst place ever. They win an award, then you jump back again on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that to the country? And then you're saying you love this place here? Love is an action order. It's not a word of comfort. So, my friends in the diaspora, those who are doing that, this is from this thing. When you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Stay mute. Because you're not helping. Because the impression you're getting about this place, you don't even want tourists and then come based on what you're saying about it. You're telling men if they come here and they get sick, they won't get everything. And the same place have one of the best track record in dealing with COVID. The place what you're saying don't have no health thing. You're not telling them the improvement will happen in the hospitals and so on. Oh, you do have that, you do have that. But when thing you have that, and whenever something happens, positive here, you say it's because of election. You still don't even gain credence to the thing and say, well, okay, we beat up on it enough. And somebody listening and they're doing something about it. Oh, because it's election. Why you doing the country that for? And the country can't speak, so I'm speaking for it today. You need to stop this thing and them. You need to be responsible even when you are opposed. It's not just opposing to be against. I'm not saying that is opposing. Stop being against. Because you are against, you're not opposing, you're against.
And what's interesting is that, Carl, you've never heard a member who's not, or person, sorry, who is not a member of the NNP, who is in another party and in the upper echelons of the other party. You've never heard them come out and say, hey, all you stop do that.
No.
Because it serves their interests.
Yes. It goes back to Blackman and Willie Lynch, divide and rule.
Yeah.
And if we as a people have to move on, it's not only about NNP people moving on. The whole place has to move on. Get with the program. Whenever the cycle of election time come, you sell yourself to the electorates, and I have no problem with that. But when you start to malign the country, that is the crux of my problem. Mm-hmm. And we need to stop that. Because if you listen to these people, nobody don't want to come here. In terms of stability here, Andre, unmatched. And yes, I dare say boldly, you keep saying NNP day long. But under the NNP watch, over 850 men get enlisted in the RGPF, Andre. You understand what's going on? Mm-hmm. So stability here is considered. And you cannot say nothing is being done to enhance stability here. Because over 850 men and women have been enlisted. The amount of women enlisted in the RGPF now under the reign of the New National Party is unprecedented, Andre. So when these people, some of these people in diaspora say nothing happened in Grenada for how many years, how cruel could you be? And the same set of people you hope to inherit governance through the back door by a particular party, so you go come here and you're already saying you go be ambassador to here and there and all kind of thing, and you're speaking these ills of the place here. So a place was so good, you want to be an ambassador for that place? Mm-hmm. They already counting what job they're going to have him. They don't come in and make a iota, not even a modicum of contribution here. What are you talking about job they go have already? And you're still talking about you love this country? And the stability of this country is unmatched, unprecedented in any era of time in Grenada here. Unquestioned.
Any era of governance.
Bar none.
Any and every era.
Bar none. And then you still want to promote the thought to tell people nothing has been done in our liquor rack. Come on. The people know they won't take you seriously. Because if they're seeing for themselves what's going on, and you who not here trying to say that, only for a few likes on social media. So you sacrifice, you put up the country on a sacrificial altar just for a few likes on your post. And you want to ask people to cause you to be in a position of governance drinking from the prime ministerial well. You have to think it over and think it again. When last have you been here What have you done lately for Grenada other than trying to make it look as the worst place here? And that is something we have to understand what here is at play, you know. And who's saying they're ready now and they don't ready and ring the bell and so on. It's not about ringing the bell. It's not a game or chance like you walk in a place and you go and buy a lotto ticket, and if you don't win, you don't care. If you win, you celebrate. It's about governance of this country in capable hands. It's not about this kind of emotional something and Carnival Tuesday in Sortes when a band go down, someone come up, so on after you get tired and you go home and then you forget it. You get drunk, you block a drain and then you say you don't drink in your rum again. It's not running a country, it's more than that. So if you want to be part of the development of the country, you claim you're in a big country, you claim you have wisdom of all kind of things, but the only thing you have wisdom to do is to be against and to oppose. Where is your solutions for the same problems you saying you have here? Because if you recognizing problems as you just put it, where is your solution? What advice you have? Other than just get rid of Keith Mitchell. That is our advice to develop a country? And you're allowing persons to speak out a ton and speak thing. And then you're hearing, Andre, some song what you sing already and don't win nothing. You're hearing some drum beating. And my whole thing about it is, why you continue to try to bamboozle the young people as you claim? Because Patrick Siemens and them, they tell them the same thing in 2008. What they go do for them, the Imanis. Remember that, Andre?
Yeah.
He told them what they go do for them.
Forget that.
And as he win, he turn around and do something. Now you're saying you go make all Imanis permanent.
Here's what. In one statement, I've tried to encapsulate the whole thing. The National Democratic Congress believes young people stupid. Full stop.
We have to be.
Full stop.
Because if you with a straight face could say these things and people have to know you, they can't take you seriously. And if you start to say, okay, that here's how we go do it, one say you go cut back on wastage. These things, I mean, when you hear these things, you ask yourself, but yet still, you go make all Imani permanent as you say. However, use uttering having the Imanis is wastage, and you say you go cut back on wastage, so that means you're cutting back on the Imanis. Because you call them wastage. Mm-hmm. And then, anyways, I looking at this thing even from where I sit, and you need to, like I say, everybody own piece of this rock here, and everybody is entitled to contribute to the development of the rock. However,
not everybody in Naval String get born in the hospital. Some of us don't bury.
Yeah.
Right?
So, come with something of substance, not just a knee-jerk reaction when somebody pong your knee, you're just thinking so. Come with something solid. And everything for the same set of people. What the NNP has done, you against it, you oppose it. Mm-hmm. But now you're saying, the same Imani, you're saying they're wasting time, and why they doing that, and why they are the Imani thing in. Then you jump in on the bandwagon and say, no, you go make all the Imanis permanent. So what are those who work in not in with government? You go force where they work in to make them permanent?
But not that, Carl. You've been saying, your mantra all along has been saying, We need to do so and cut back on Imani. We need to do so and stop the Imani program. That has been your mantra. No.
All of a sudden, you go make them permanent.
You will make them permanent.
All of a sudden, you do good. You go fix it, you go do that, but then you jump in, we go make everybody permanent.
That ain't making sense. That ain't making sense.
That shows political infancy, Dre. That shows you don't have an idea of how things go happen. And look at that. You're going to make them permanent, so that means resources and salary attached to that, Dre. And when the government of through the budget bring relief to things in the country, you say it's tokenism. But what was instructive to know then, Dre, you ask the question, the NDC asked the question, where they getting the money to do it? Where you getting the money to make all the money permanent now?
Yeah, where you getting it? Wastage, cut wastage.
How are you doing that?
Cut wastage.
So that means maybe they don't intend to give the public servants no increases and so on if they
Cut
win.
wastage.
Because one must never forget, between 2008 and 13, 4 years, 7 months and 19 days, you offer public servants nothing but promises.
That time they didn't cut wastage yet.
It didn't have wastage maybe.
No, it didn't have wastage. They have wastage to cut.
For 4 years, 7 months and 19 days, you offered public servants nothing. And that is a fact. So when you're talking about a government that did nothing, the Congress did nothing for 4 years, 7 months and 19 days. And even when you attempt to pay public servants, the records are there. You sold assets to do so. So are you going to sell more to make the Imani permanent?
Cut wastage. You got caller. Let me cut some wastage here. Good morning.
Yeah. In 2008, they were saying the same thing, They won't send no money home. When they get in power, what they do? They send the money home. They coming back with the same thing again, That's the same campaign again, They will make everybody permanent. That's the same thing as they come inside there. The same thing they're doing as 2008, You understand? So they have a problem there now. They lying in the nation, and when they get in power, they're doing something else. We don't want that again. Otherwise, another revolution. Thank you.
Alright. What?
That was my word. Yeah, Dre. So, maybe as they say, they have the brighter set of people within their ranks, so maybe I don't understand. But that thing don't adding up, that don't making much even political sense.
This brethren just say something there, and it led me to a song one time in your car. I want you to listen to this song. It's the same thing again, as Usman Kelly.
This is what they said to me. Blessed with music. Now that you're reaching the final, do not get swelled at all. Rootsman sing the same kind of song again. We know that your music is special, real uplifting, calypso, spiritual, to free the people from their mental chain. To rise them up from out of the gutter, rise them up out of poverty, rise them up, please don't let them suffer. Set my people free, rise them up from humiliation, hunger and frustration. Mr. Calypsonian, it's your obligation. You know the good seed you sow on fertile soil will be growing as green as grass. And every word that the prophet had prophesied, it shall surely come to pass. And if you work hard enough in my vineyard, by your sweat you shall eat your bread. And once you satisfy all of the above criteria, then we go put a crown on your head for the same song again. A spiritual song again, I singing the same song again. a lyrical song again.
Same song again, they singing it. Over and over, they singing the same tune, and they didn't realize, Carl, that by singing the same song again, they're getting the same result. And the result is lose, lose, lose. So why the song ain't changing? Is it because they like to lose?
It's like they only changing their clothes, and they talking about change. Okay, they saying, listen, they saying they need change. They saying people say they want change. What they singing the same song? The whole change mantra is not, it don't applies to them, They're doing the same in fighting. They had the same punchline. They singing the same song. But they turn around on the other side of the mouth and saying the people want change. But I think change starts with you.
All right. You know that I don't necessarily respond to people who place stuff on the social media.
Okay.
But June and Twine,
Yeah.
let me address you for a minute here. And you said, June and Twine, Andre, Deacon Mitchell said that every young person has a contribution to make towards the development of the country. I hear him every time he speaks. Please be truthful in your utterances. June, you ain't hearing. And I don't believe you hearing Deacon Mitchell.
She didn't hear the
No, hold on. Let me finish it, June. Because you did not hear me say anything negative about Deacon Mitchell as what you're trying to do. So I'm trying to sing the same song again right there, June. And it's not that I don't have negative things to say about him, but the time is not right. I am not ready for that yet. And whereas one speaks to young people making a contribution towards the development of this country, well, the political party that has the government in office, what do you think they're doing? Aren't young people making contributions? They're not walking with stick? Kid Bava in Melissa area? Who is Nolan Cox? Huh? What happened to Pamela Moses? These are young people, Joan and Twine. These are
Kendra.
young people, Kendra. These are young people making contribution towards the development of this country. Everybody works at different levels. What happened to Norman Gilbert? Huh? What happened to Norman Gilbert? Who is Roy Denby Harry? They're not young people?
George Cadet.
Who is Judd Cadet? They're young people at different levels. What stupidness you talking there, John? Don't come here and try to jackass nothing. Because I will cut you as wastage. That is the first and the last time you do that. You do that again and I cut you as wastage. Right.
But Joan Antoine, if she listened to the town hall meeting in Victoria, the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, when asked a question as relates to what will happen with the Imani, he said in his deliberate judgment and time, no gun was held to his head that he will make all Imani permanent. Is that a lie?
He has said that, not me.
Well, Joan, you don't listening. Joan,
it's something that he can't do.
Joan, you offbeat? You off color? Nobody didn't doctor that tape. It was there for everybody to hear and see. So now you come talking this thing. That's the crux of the issue.
Desperation.
It is fair game for Joan and others to say whatsoever they want about Dr. Kit Claudius Mitchell. It is fair game. That's the right. But truthfulness, you political leader what said you make all Imani permanent? It was not suggested. He said he go make all permanent. And he said with that straight face, he didn't stutter. He didn't say MMMMM. You see that?
Listen, how do you call the fella in the Bible?
And he can't walk back that.
What's the fella name in the Bible? The fella name wanted to do so and he say, okay, fine. I want to choose. I want to get only serious warriors with me. Go and drink.
Gideon.
Gideon. Don't let me Gideon you out. Because John, you know what happened? You do so and you bend down and drink. That's what happened, you know, John. You bend down and drink.
And you don't get chosen. They send you
You
back
ain't get
home.
chosen. They send you back home because you bend down. You're not keeping your eyes on what is happening around you, John. So you bend down and drink. And as you bend down and drink there, whoops, Gideon say, nah, you can't make it to the army. Forward back home. He's a weak heart.
Do you know what election now? All you saying the same thing. All you singing the same song, cut and paste.
We got a caller. Good morning.
Good morning to my brother.
Quickly, Miss Jacob. I'm
Yeah,
not in
let
a
me
mood.
tell you
I'm not in a
quick,
mood
quick.
to do something. Tell me.
2018. Lord, Brother Andre, they come to take out my water, senior citizen. They say, what, Miss Jacob? The government send me to take out the water. Senior citizen, you know, I don't have no children, I don't have no husband, I don't have nothing. The water to save my life. And they say they're coming back again. Well, Brother Andre, Brother Andre, you have to go down with some serious prayers. They don't making it, I'm telling you. They don't making it. Well, let me tell you again. The gas. Well, where you would know? You don't have no land to sell for it to pay salary. Well, aside for those people that had a big house.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, those NDC coming back. They go sell them out to pay salary.
All right.
I'm telling you. And Brother Andre, and Brother, we have to go down in some serious prayers.
We got to
Okay,
do that,
sweetheart?
man. Yes, darling.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. 9 to 1, you're the real boss. Good morning, Caracou. Good morning, P.T. Martinique. To my friends in St. Vincent, good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, Jenny Francis. You starring at the top there.
The Grenadines.
The Grenadines, of course. That's ours. Grenada and the Grenadines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what happened. Grenada, it was Grenada, Tobago, and the Grenadines.
Anne Bernard.
Who's Anne Bernard? I didn't know that.
And Harvey Bernard, man.
Anne Harvey Bernard.
Lena B.
You know why you think that's God is that? You know, I just interpret all your thing, you know. But you see again, it goes back to the pig.
When the pig get hit your ball.
Balling, she balling this morning. June Antoine, you're balling. Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yes.
Andre.
Mm.
Thank you. Mr. Carl, good morning.
Morning, sir.
You know, then when you listen to the NDC, I just think because this government performed so wonderful, so excellent, and these people are going to carry on pretty much satisfied with the government. You know, after you condemn a lot of things that the government is doing for young people, you waste some money. Right? The other road was the Imani workers. Now you send home the Imani workers. You have someone that you have as a candidate. Consider the road one as the money get as a waste. So then if you're saying that you want all the young people to make a contribution towards the country, well, you want to send them home. So they are not young people. The same people that you want to send them home, they're not young people. The same young people. So you're speaking on both sides of your mouth. You want them to go home, and they want them to make a contribution. What the contribution they make is go back home and sit down by the roadside molesting people, go and teach people things. Now the government employed them. They're getting a stipend, the money. Now you're saying you are saying away some money. But then you want to come back now and say, well, you will make them permanent I just sang the song with Sean Kelly, the same song again.
Same
And I
song.
do believe when people have nothing to say, you always repeating themselves. Like if that record sticking up, when you had a record from that before, and you're going to play the same thing, and you see. So we had to, and see, they never let these people know what they did in 2008. Right? But I will go to remind the young people what NDC do, what they did, and how they treat them, and what the government doing now is totally far different. Because this government on a positive track, they have a track record. But NDC has a negative track record. A track record where the economy was always in the reverse, and the NDC always will remain in reverse. So, Brother Andre, Carl, have a blessed morning.
You too, man. One love. Thanks for calling. 24 minutes before the 11 o'clock hour, someone sent me a message and said, Andre, do we have On Target today? No. On Target runs from
Monday to Thursday.
Mondays to Thursdays. All right? Mondays to Thursdays. That's how On Target runs. So you'd have to listen from Francis Pierre again on Monday, God's willing. In relation to programs that we have on Real FM Radio, let me give you an idea. And these programs can also be heard on other stations and different media platforms. But here's this. On Target, that's Monday to Thursdays, 12 until 1 o'clock. You have Sheldon, he's on Mondays and Tuesday evenings. Mondays from 7 to 8. And Tuesdays, what time is he from? 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock, I think, yeah. That's on Tuesdays. That's Sheldon Scott. I'm talking evening time here. On Thursdays, we saw the premiere of our program on Thursdays now with Sherma Wells and Mitchie. That is a 1 hour program on Thursdays, heard here on Real FM, also on CR, Sister Isles, and We FM. So it's on Real, it's on We, it's on Sister Isles, and CR FM. On Sundays, the guy with the first reading, he ain't even watching me now. The guy, MasterCard, the first reading from 10 until 12 o'clock on Sundays. And then Andre, KB, and Messi, they have one from 1 until 4 o'clock on Sundays also. So those are all the programs that you can listen on different radio stations and different social media platforms. Wednesday nights, no. On Wednesday nights, we leave the praise and the glory, and we leave Bandy and so to give praise and glory to the Master, the Supreme Creator, the Ancient of Days, the Great I Am. That's on Wednesday nights. We're not going to forget the blessings that we need from the Master as we go along. So that's on Wednesday night. So we sort of leave Wednesday nights free on Real FM. I can't say about any other station and what they have, but Wednesday nights is our night for giving praise. You know, he set aside one day for it, didn't he, Carl?
Yes, he did.
Right, he did. So that is, we set aside at least one night in our entire programming for chilling with the guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, respecting the guy. What you have in your book there now, gone?
Now you see what I used to boss?
Not yet.
Why you delaying it so? So who addressed it? Joan Antoine?
Who know? I didn't know that person.
Tell Joan to ask Claudette for me how she feel about the Imanis and the wardens. She say we say anything untruth. Mm-hmm. So we won't say it. Just go and ask Claudette how she feel about the Imani and the wardens. The same set I are trying to bamboozle now. Because it is on record what Claudette says, so then all you can say is lie again. It is on record, and in the opportune time, it will be revealed. So
the same Claudette that running in the same constituency, in the same Thomas and George, is the same Claudette that took the traffic warden to court. Now, the traffic warden, them is youth, them is young people,
And they could vote.
and they could vote. But you, Claudette, you took them to court. And these are the same young people that you, Claudette, and your other party members are going around and saying, vote for us, give us a chance. So that is a raffle. A raffle government. What's wrong with all you? Are you taking this thing as a joke?
They forgetting, man. They must have forgot.
Must have forgotten. Blessings to you, Irvin. Send greetings, Master.
Yeah, Ovin. Oh, woman, I'll go.
I don't understand. The same song again. Stop singing the same song. Come with a different song. Let me change the tune. If you change the tune, something might happen.
Same rhetoric, same narrative. What is interesting, Dre? I want to see how they go deal with the CBI issue this time around. Because they used to make it one of their main voice. I want to see how they go deal with the CBI issue.
I just got a bit of news there that anyway, go on. CBI issue, go on.
No, I want to see how they go handle it this time around.
How they go handle it? There's nothing to handle. That's how to do what they do it.
What is the news, man?
Oh?
Don't keep the whole place confused. If you hear it in the news, release.
Rodney Marsh died yesterday.
Yeah. That's a serious glove, man.
Yeah. 74.
Yeah.
So how old is Vivian Richards?
Maybe around the same age.
Because Rod and Viv played
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
You know, but we all thinking that Viv nice and young and strong and well, he probably is.
Yeah.
Not that, but wow. Shane Warne. Let me do something because I'm picking up here that hold on. Shane Warne, I'm picking up here, was found dead in a villa in Thailand.
Oh, yeah?
It's believed that he had a heart attack.
Rodman's there with a heart attack, too.
Yeah, but Shane Warne, that's what I'm picking up here. I picked up in a cricket group chat. It's just been posted a short while ago.
Wow.
Rodney Marsh is gone and Shane Warne also found dead in a thing.
Oh, if that's the issue, I want to miss Shane Warne commentary. He's a kind of controversial guy, but you have a brain, eh? Cricket brain.
Yeah, somebody saying they go in a meeting just now. Say what I have to say. No, I ain't nothing much to say. Nothing. I just, keeping with the times. Good morning, sir. How you doing? Enjoy your meeting. Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, ma'am.
You got a little bit of music again now?
What music you want again?
The same song again. Come no man, let me wash it, let me dance.
No.
Take it.
Take care, sir.
Bye.
Take care, sir. Good. The same song again, Carl.
Yeah, I see something with Shane here.
Same thing? What I said?
You see the Australian legendary leg spinner died at age 52
In
Thailand.
Yeah, it's from the thing in Taiwan. Now, I ain't nothing to drop, man.
Why you don't drop it? Why Obama drop? You don't want nobody run for cover to even save their mama?
I tell you, I ain't nothing to drop. I just,
And he was marching. Like
Yeah.
when the Saints go marching in.
Remind me of my grandmother, buddy. My grandmother, my grandfather. My grandfather knew a whole, what they call it, what they call the thing? The hymn book.
Yeah.
That hymnal.
Yeah.
That Adventist hymnal. My grandfather knew every single song in that back in the front.
Yeah, my grandmother knew these songs too.
And my grandfather, nice man. And you'd see him with his hymnal. Carl, he couldn't read and write.
He couldn't read.
No, but the brother knew everything, man. You couldn't trick him. My grandmother's a genius. I know that for a fact. She could have read and write, Carl. And when you sit down and you get stuff from that lady, sometimes I wish that she's alive now.
Yeah.
If my grandmother was alive now, and with Real FM here, she would have had her own program. Seriously. She is that kind of woman. She is that kind of woman who would have demanded that she has her own program.
Yeah.
Nice girl.
Dre, I've been around guys already who cannot read and write. When you hear them speak,
Yeah.
or the memory they have. If you don't know they can't read and write, when you listen to them speak, and they just grasp, because I don't know if it's because they can't read and write, they have the ability to grasp things, words and everything. I used to be around a guy who knew the scriptures, holy scriptures, and he couldn't read, but that man used to peel down some scripture for you. If he was on the phone and he telling that you say he reading the Bible, you know, it was that good.
There was a school that had sports yesterday.
What
Secondary school?
River Sally having today?
Yeah, there was a secondary school that had sports yesterday.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Where?
In Tontine.
I didn't pick it up. I know PBC had it last time. But I understand he might have intercall this year.
But yeah, once you start there will be. There will be something. There was sports. I don't know the school, but there was secondary school sports that ended prematurely yesterday.
Because?
Fight.
Lordy.
So I say this. Bang. It will cost. It will cost. And I believe that the police force can make this a contribution. Contribution to the secondary schools.
Public interest.
In the interest of the public. And the RGPF should bring forces in. Like if the Grenada Seventh-day Adventist Comprehensive School is having their sports, the RGPF, understanding the size of the school, the amount of people you expect there, as a contribution to the schools, bring out forces so as to make people feel safe.
Yeah, Dre, what should really happen when you
Tell
have
me.
those events?
Tell me, right?
The school ought to contact the station nearest to them.
Mm-hmm. But don't they have to pay?
No, let me.
Oh, sorry, sir.
The school has to contact the station nearest to them and indicate the day they have any sports and what they want go on in sports. The station or an officer would go on the scene and apprise the situation, the scene, and say to the school, you need XYZ amount of police officers. Now we know in this time and coming to your contribution, what could happen then? You as the person maybe in charge of the station could say to the principal, whoever it is, we understand the situation financially, but it's in the public interest because if something happen like fight and thing, we still have to deal with, have to treat with. Here's what we want from you. Cause the officers to be refreshed for the duration of the sport.
Okay.
So they get a water, they get some meal or something.
Yeah.
It's a partnership. All that comes under the realms of community policing.
Brilliant.
I don't ordinary, Andre. Why are you watching me like if you... That Einstein moment for you, but not for me.
No, man.
Yeah, and you have a partnership.
You're fighting with the unfightable.
So what usually happen, the RGPF, and I know they should have a operation order, which would speak to that. So when you brief the men going out, you brief them as to the facet, and you know fight is something in your mind, you go equip. So, moving forward, I think school should engage in that format. Because you want the patrons or whoever comes in, spectators, you want them to be safe. You know? You want the athletes to be safe.
And I say this to you, friends. Here's another thing. Now, Carl has said that the refreshments and so on should be in the school. I know that with the struggles and whatever, and the whole, they're having to deal with COVID for the past 2 years and so on. I know the resources may not necessarily be up to that standard so that the school can provide those refreshment breaks for all. So here's what. Businesses.
Yeah, big business.
Businesses. Carl says big business, I'm saying businesses. In the different communities.
Here they contribute.
You have a responsibility. That is your way of saying, I care about the future.
And I'm giving back.
I am giving back. So I'm going to make sure I give it to the school when they come asking, so that the school can ensure that the officers are taken care of, re-water,
something to eat.
you know those little package things that you do, whatever you do, whatever you do.
A little Gatorade.
You know, whatever. Gatorade, I'm on one thing, Lord.
No, they need energy.
I ain't saying no, but to gosh. But in any event, businesses, you have to come on board. Because here's what. If you don't come on board and something happens, the monies that the parents would have had to be spending with you, they will have to spend those monies on the child or the family member who ends up in hospital.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting the money, big business. In the big business in town might get the money now, and not you. But if you spend up front, you'll be able to maintain that sort of thing. So, for instance, if it's Grenada SF, they have this comprehensive school and they're having their sports in 4, come on board.
So those in the diaspora who knife in the country, here's your opportunity to redeem yourself. Contribute. Redeem yourself.
This is the last time I will speak publicly to Joan Antoine because she messaged again. You want to read it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Andre, Francis Spear is a decent man who would not display the same level of intolerance that you and Carl did. By the way, are you forgetting Akima call for unity? Big hit again. Big balling now. Big really balling. Oh my God. You didn't say nothing? Hello?
In news on television and things, Fox and CNN and them, when people make statements, one time they fact check them. One time she get fact checked because he's saying we saying thing about Deacon or it's not true. What we say Deacon say, he go make all Imani permanent. You cannot rebut that.
That's what we said.
And we don't say nothing, we don't quarrel with you, we just lay the bare facts. You can't grapple with the facts laid before you. What is untruth? Claudette took the warden to court. Why is untrue about that? So should we not say that? Should you alone say what you want to say?
When you asking
for every day.
When you asking Keith Mitchell about shrimp farm, we didn't tell you to ask him.
Yes.
He ain't know nothing about it. As a matter of fact, Claudette paying for she mouth right now in relation to that same thing.
So if you believe we say something, make us pay for him.
Make us pay. Make us pay. We did not say anything disrespectful or untrue about Mr. Deacon Mitchell.
And Andrew, hear the narrative now.
Oh, you afraid?
They talking about divide and rule, so it's trying to divide me and you and Francis Spear now. It's trying to bring enmity. But like I tell you, the book say, the accuser of the brethren that the tricks he does try. Because when the Son of Man came to worship the Ancient of Days, and the Ancient of Days saw the accuser of the brethren among them, You see, where you come out, and they accuse you of the brethren, say, up and down, they were trying to damage and bring discord and disunity. That was undoing.
That is June.
You was the accuser of the brethren.
You up and down, try now.
And then you see, what about my servant Job? So what about the servant Andrew and Carl?
Yeah.
So you're trying to divide and rule. So you're saying Francis Pierre is a decent man.
Yeah.
All that trick I might just try, same narrative, man.
We passed that stage.
Same shit, different days, man.
We passed that. Stop jackassing.
Same playbook.
Same playbook we here. To you.
So if you don't agree, go back and check and see if we lie on Deacon Mitchell when he say you go make all the money permanent. If you feel we lying, go and ask Claudia what happens to she and the warden. And then, when you get the information, right back. Because we are one family, but we different in, not opinion here, facts. You might not like what Andrew is saying, but you cannot argue with that. And you cannot argue with what he said.
And the story ends on the wire bend. Here is her. She ended the story. Thank you, June. She's saying, you guys need help. I will go do something more productive. Bye for now. Oh, more productive. So we were productive. Thanks, Joan. We knew you would say that we were productive. And we don't mind you going and do something more productive. Sorry, Francis is not going to be on today. You can listen to him on Monday. But I ain't going to tell you.
The fact that Joan listening us speak volumes.
Speak volumes.
The fact that Joan engaging us
speaks volumes.
Thanks, Joan. Continue to listen.
Continue. Shade.
You go learn.
Shade.
You go learn, Joan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, guys doing?
All right.
Yeah, man, I just listening to the discourse and it's healthy, man.
Oh, you're listening to June?
No, I listen to June. I'm not reading I'm not on the Facebook Live.
Oh, okay.
If I was there, I sort out nicely.
Leave June alone. You can't leave June alone, man.
Something that came to my mind listening to the NDC candidates that they put up so far and the prospective ones that they want to bring so far. And the utterances. It seems like the whole agreement are poor. And them is the savior like Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last time I checked, the vehicles I seen on the road, and I just making one reference, the vehicle I seen on this road here, I mean, poor people that be doing very well as poor people. I see people doing things, being innovative, you're making a little cane juice, you sell it, you buy bottles and you do your little thing. That is what you're supposed to be doing. Government cannot hire each and everybody. And why they're making this discourse about government in jobs, other places are hiring people. I see a site on Facebook called Jobs Unida, and the amount of things I've seen available for people to do. I wonder if these people not reading or they're not seeing or the door internet, because as far as I'm concerned, I see people with cell phone in hand every day, and they're using it. So they can't be just texting and then have credit on the phone, and then have data on the phone. So it's like the whole agreement poor. And then you have some people, like the unnamed idiots, that the person, the Prime Minister, and tell people, no, what? Let me come together. Let me this. Let me that. And they're playing clips. Like this person forget that we have clips we can play too. And that would be the my friend Deacon, because if Deacon continues to associate himself and the one in Karakou and the others associate themselves with this guy and they continue doing it, then problems already. Then problems. What the NEC needs to do is to try to see if they can come on board, help with greater growing, and stop this nonsense about, they will do this, they will do that, because they can't hire everybody. They need to tell the people they can't hire everybody, and they start learning it. They see road fixing, election thing, and they can't cause that. They see what they're coming, election thing, they can't cause that. What do I want? I sure if Christ come right now, and you see what complain and say, well, Christ was committing it.
They cannot cause that.
I don't have anything to them. But to people like Jonah and the unnamed idiots on radio every morning cussing people, I ain't say I want to say God be them. I don't know what would be them, but good luck with them and that. But gentlemen, have a good morning.
You too, one love. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Antonito,
that's not boy, man. And Antonito say the unnamed idiot. Oh, I tell you, that's a classic. Is that your phone, buddy? What's happening there, buddy? Anyway. Hey, wow. 11 o'clock, yeah. Straight up, yeah. 11, you know. Right. I got you where I want you. I got you where I want you.
The thing about it is, I enjoy the extension so much as to one, my voice has become a known voice. Because when I travel up and down the country,
Just say make you famous, man.
well, you make me famous. No, I'm not famous, man. When I travel up and down the country, and anytime I speak, somebody call Caucasian. But what is instructive to note, they like to listen to the extension because a lot of information they get in here, they doesn't get it other places. And it does give them the ability to refute or to debunk the notion
Call. And we doesn't
from
cut,
the
we doesn't-
naysayers.
We doesn't cut off people either. Call or type it.
But we treat with, if you come on the extension and you're talking non-truth and you're trying to jackass the thing, we go set you straight.
Yeah, we go set you
So if you want to call other people name and say they won't do that, that's a matter entirely for them. The extension is an independent program. You don't hinge on anybody direct, narrating what we say or do here. And if you come sideways, you will go sideways. But what they cannot reconcile and refute, what we say here, go and fact check it.
Go and check it out.
What we say here, go and check it out and then come back and say, what I say is not true.
If I say,
I challenge them so to do.
if I say to you that somebody point a finger in the face and allegedly touched the face of Gloria Thomas, go and check it out. And if I tell you that person is from Philip Alexander camp, go and check it out.
That's what they have to concern themselves about.
And if I tell you that Toes, yes, the Andrews guy, he won. He won. And somebody walked out when he won. Go and check it out.
And he went through the democratic process.
Go and check it out. And ask, while you're checking it out, ask them, why did they go with the ballots for one of the constituencies in St. Andrew?
Big parish.
They go with the ballots. They didn't check it right there. Why did they go with it? And still no results. Go and check it out.
So don't come and try to beat up on Andre and Carl. You have a lot of things to do. You as you say, you have productive things to do.
You're going to do productive.
You have work things to do.
That is productive thing you have to do. Go and check them things out.
Fix that.
Fix that.
Take out the mole in your eye if you try to take out the beam on Andre and Carl.
If you realize one thing, 1 week has gone past. Listen to this, 1 week has gone past. Carl, check me. Tell me if I can check it out, eh?
Yeah.
1 week has gone past since you named 7. Where the other 8?
And you say you're ready.
And you're ready.
Ring the bell.
Eh? Ring the bell, you're ready, but where the other 8? I know what Kit Michelle waiting on,
So that
man.
So that productive work you have to go and do. That the productive work you have to go and do.
Yeah. Go and check it out. That's what I'm telling you. Anything here I say, or Carl say, go and check it out. You understand?
And whilst you're checking it out, for between 2008 and 2013, go and ask the men and them who making blocks, what used to happen to them. Ask the truck men and truckers what used to happen to them. Whilst you're at it, check that in them out. Fact check them. Ask the public workers when they used to get paid. Go and check all those things on them and then come back. Wheel and come. And then we go have a discussion of facts.
When last last you heard of a situation that there was not medication at the hospital or at any one of the clinics around the country? Go and check that out.
That's what you have to consider yourself with. Instead of telling
that
people,
fake
instead of telling people nothing has been done. That's what you have to check on.
Check it out.
Because the truth is only the truth. And the truth need no legal advice. You don't have to go to the Privy Council and the Caribbean Court of Appeal and thing.
You need to bad talk people and run down people. And when you see people doing so and rising in certain positions, you calling them all kind of names.
Yes.
And saying all kind of things.
And saying they're politically exposed. Like you're not politically exposed. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Don't come out and be the accuser of the brethren. Because the book call out people like you, the accuser of the brethren. You're here to discard.
Among the wrong.
We agree that everybody would not sing in the same political hymn sheet. We agree everybody cannot support the same political organization. However, there's levels to the thing. You have to present yourself worthy. So when the electorate ready to inspect you, they'll say, yeah, you pass. But you continue to not ready yourself. And then blame the electorate when they make the decision and call them all kind of names.
Every time I think about them,
Yeah.
I was hear Tradewinds song in my mind. It's Tradewinds, yeah. You know, in relation to them getting candidates. Hear the line from Tradewinds. You could tell me line with silver and gold. I don't want. That up the day, you know. Nobody don't want to take. You understand? Nobody don't want it. Everybody, no. And I can't understand, I can't. Here's a party that want change, that saying change, that calling change and saying the people want change. But nobody wants to offer themselves as candidates for that party. You could tell me line with silver and gold. I don't want.
And what is instructive to note, you peddling the view that election go be snap. You peddling the view that you're ready ring the bell.
You're ready ring the bell.
But it's 15 seats to be contested and you must win 8 to enter in governance. You don't even have 8 yet. So that means you're telling the electorate you don't want to win. You're ready with 7 and 8 is the threshold to win. You must go to the Governor General and so convince him that you have the majority, you have at least 8 persons supporting you. You don't even have 8 yet, 7.
Maybe Kit Mitchell got support it.
So the fact that you're saying ring the bell and you're ready is not even manifested by your action.
What's wrong with
And you're talking about things. So that is the productive thing. You have to go and get yourself ready. Not worrying about Andre and Carl and what Mr. Pierre won't do that.
Yeah.
It's what you ought to be doing. The ballot animal go home. Find out what is it.
Yeah. Go and check that out.
When men win democratically, you're walking out. That's what you have to consider yourself with.
When Phillips say he don't giving up.
And all kind
Check
of
that out.
the voice note of them are coming out.
Yeah. Check it out.
That the liquor them you have to go and plug. You have work to do. So don't waste time listening to me and Andre. You have things to do.
Listen to Mr. P alone. He more decent.
No, because Carl and Andre don't sing it nice like Randy.
Yeah.
They letting it go on you.
You find a song like
Bama drop.
You find a song like Scala.
Run for
like
cover.
You run for cover.
Save your mama.
Yeah.
Rebut what we say and refute it.
This is what you call 2 at 1 blow.
The tag team.
Yeah. Yeah?
But you
didn't know.
And you're making some people uncomfortable. They come from the comfort zone. They're not singing in the same sheet with you, but they can do listen to you. Well, Andre is a guy, you think? So, Andre, if you're saying roads and infrastructure is about election, so that means you don't have no intention, the Congress don't have no intention to do roads and them things if they get in power because it won't be election. Because when it is done now, they're saying because of election. So that means it's an indication that should they drink from the Prime Minister? Well, nothing go happen to the infrastructure.
See, what happened is that they know that by the time elections are called, again, NP focusing on something different again. The road's done. I told them roads are going to be done. I told them the reason. I gave them the reason why. I said, listen, if you go right now, if you go close to the Anglican school, the yard, that was done. The reason, Carl, it wasn't completed on that particular Sunday. The reason it wasn't completed is because the plant broke down.
Yeah.
The plant is back up and running again based on my information. But guess what now? I must give kudos and props to my guys out at Rose Hill.
The Dan and them,
Yeah. Them men so bad in this thing that
they could car away.
not just Carl. The other morning I am at the gas station. I think it was a Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I was at the gas station. And one of the vehicles pull up and, yo, Jay, what happening? I say, yo, what's going on, guys? Everything good? We're all going today? Boy, you really can't talk to us. My same boys now telling me I can't talk to them. You know? I'm like, what going on? Well, you know, they sent for us in St. Mark's.
Jesus.
Yeah!
Lord. Dan and them.
Yeah. They have to get praises. The government too, the state has to get praises in terms of, well, NNP has to get praises in terms of being able to do so and recognize them.
Yes.
And saying that, yo, you guys could work. So we're bringing you into St. Mark's. And you know, I like to joke fire.
Yeah.
Them in them fellas in Grenville. Oh, you call them Carl? What's their name? You don't know their name, no? Them fellas in Grenville are fixing Moya and going by Paradise.
Alton and them.
Alton, when they bringing all your boys, don't see me boys gone down St. Mark's. They bring all in St. David. Boy, yo, trouble take me.
Alton and Tata, you on them.
Trouble take me. But nonetheless, congratulations to the guys. If you weren't good, they will not ask you to go into St. Mark's.
Yeah.
And that is really, really good. I hope that there's some guys in St. Mark's who are willing to pick it up and learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn from Lacroix and Brong and the guys. You
and
know?
Mr. Grenada and them.
Mr. Grenada, yeah. Learn from them. All right, so that I had to raise, and the fact that I think they will go back and do the piece in the Anglican schoolyard, as if they haven't done it, and I haven't really paid attention, but they will go back and do the piece when, I guess when they get the material to do it. So again, props, kudos to Militia Works, Nolan Cox. Big up yourself, Nolan Cox. Handle with pride. Know, learn, and believe that you're following in the steps of a great man. Speaking here with Gregory Boyne. You're following in the footsteps of a great man. And Nolan, you're doing well. Now I've come to Gregory Boyne. I don't like to mind people's business. But there's sometimes, Carl, when things come up. And when they happen, you have to speak to it. Now, I love and respect Gregory. And information that I received over, I think it was yesterday or the day before, made me love and respect Gregory more.
Your appreciation for him grew.
Gregory is one of the humblest politicians
Selfless.
that I've ever come across.
Fact.
Gregory is one of the most unselfish, politicians that I've ever come across. And he proved it a couple of days ago in Grand Anse. And he didn't know that somebody was watching and that person would have do so and call Andre Donald and tell him. He didn't know that. Gregory went into a bang. And after realizing how slow the things was moving, and the fact that he was in a line, I guess he had to do other things that were more important. So he left. And I applaud Gregory. I applaud him.
He didn't go and pull ranks.
He didn't go and pull ranks. But the bank, shame on all you. Chancellor of the Exchequer that walked in there.
Yeah.
As the man that control the financial purse of this nation. You in that bank should have done so and realized, hold on, we have the Minister of Finance in the line. Move him.
The Chancellor of the Exchequer.
The Chancellor of the Exchequer. Move him from the line. And say, sir, how can we help you? Even if, well, it definitely wouldn't be government business he's doing.
No.
So it has to be private business. But you know what? He didn't pull ranks. He didn't call on the phone and say, come in. So make way for him. He didn't do that. He didn't say no John the Baptist. You understand? They say, well, Gregory coming in the bank.
He didn't say no precursor.
No precursor went. He went in there for himself. So you in the bank, I ain't gonna call the bank name. You gonna know who you are. They gonna tell all of you. That Andre get to find out. You in the bank, you should have been able to recognize people in your presence. And if the the Minister of Finance,
Chancellor of the Exchequer,
you ain't do so and take him out of the line, there's something wrong with you. Something really wrong. But then again, can't say nothing about the bank. Next thing, the bank is a thing bank. No, I'm very disappointed, Carl. Your view?
the bank ought to understand and recognize what it is. It is not about preferential treatment. However, in recognition, there are certain persons in the country who are a personage. They are important people. Whether we like it or not, they are important people. And we have to treat them as such. Because even those banks do make things for elderly persons and persons who are physically impaired. So I don't see why somebody of such esteem. You must know him. And even if you say you didn't know him, shame on you.
But yes, shame on you if you don't know him.
You can't come with the excuse and say we didn't know it was him.
That's unprofessional there in the car. How could you? As the Minister of Finance, let me tell you something.
The Chancellor of the Exchequer
If Mr. Deacon Mitchell walks into a bank right now, you have to fast forward him.
Yes.
You have to. You can't keep Deacon Mitchell in the line. You crazy or what?
Definitely so.
You can't do that. Now you're going to do something, you're going to tell me all men are equal. I agree. But some are more equal. Like it or not. Andre go in the bank, and you put yourself in the line and stay there. Put yourself in the line and stay in the bank. Stay in the line there. When you get thing, you get solved.
But Andre, I've seen men of lesser repute come in the bank late and get through before everybody else. So it's not something that is a new or novelty. No. It's not something that cannot be done. I've seen that.
How could you, and the man had to realize, shucks, boy, what I have to do if I wait on this, then I have to move. Because I have business, the state business to attend to. You understand? So he leaves his business to go and deal with the state business, and you did not assist him.
And this speaks volume of the man. Selfless, he could have said, well, I did hear it, let me do what I have to do.
Do you understand? No man of X.
I hope you don't make it a public holiday. Yeah, that guy I know who said anytime he vexes a public holiday. And he see a short man walking up there with a bag on his back, cigarette in his mouth. He inquired who might that be.
Yeah.
He says the commissioner of prisons. He's a commissioner of prisons, walking, bag on his back, cigarette in his mouth. I'm vexed, and anytime I'm vexed, it's a public holiday.
And you're John Court.
Yeah, Court of John, man.
Mr. Lyle Simple.
Yeah.
And that guy who was walking, that was Cabbage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cabbage. No man, but seriously, I really, that one upset me. And I watch Carl, you don't believe it, I bridging our minds in the bank and observed that, you know.
Or walking in the bank?
No!
He was there.
He went to the bank and he observed that, and he, as soon as he came out of the bank, he called me and said, Jay, that bank disrespectful. Look at what happened. No. So I'm saying to you, banks throughout the country, and the bank needs to be called out. No, I ain't calling out the bank. I ain't saying with the bank. Next thing I go if I loan in, I don't get. Yeah, crazy. No, I ain't calling out no bank. Let the bank think too. Anyway, but listen to this. Banks. Let your employees be educated in relation to faces. Let your employees be educated in relation to faces. Because I can tell you this. The 3 top men in the police force, namely Mr. Edwin Martin, Mr. Mike Francois,
and Taffa
and Mr. Taffa Pair. I know them personally. I've spoken to them one-on-one. And they are individuals who will not pull rank in the banks.
Nope.
They will not pull rank in the banks.
Or should they come?
But should they come? Your workers, yes, your workers should be able to identify them by sight. Your workers should be able to identify these guys by sight. And the mere fact that they're in the banks and you see them, at least one worker must see them, and you must, and you should move immediately so as to fast forward that person. Remember that. And go with that one. Someone is saying there, but Deacon is not an elected opposition leader. For my clarity, can you explain why he should be pulled from the line? Don't call your name. No, I'm going to call your name. I got that. Yeah. But I'll say to you, Deacon, based on the members of the National Democratic Congress, they have elevated him as their party leader.
Yeah.
And that is something that should
be afforded
to him. Let me tell you something.
Being the party leader.
I am a Grenadian first and foremost.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking this from a Grenadian point of view. Deacon is a Grenadian. Mm-hmm. He has risen. According to how they say, Carl, where Deacon could go crossing, I can't go there praying right now.
Yeah.
As it relates to the National Democratic Congress. Yeah. He is the leader and should be afforded such.
Yes.
I believe that.
It's not about party.
It's not about party and whatever. He's just the leader of the Congress. So at this time, being the leader of the Congress, and still, when he loses the election, he's still the leader of the Congress?
Yes.
Yes, he'll be afforded that. You understand?
Mm-hmm. It's our principle.
I know the cashiers cannot see everyone. But here's what you can do. Every single bank in Grenada has a security officer.
Yes.
And that security officer works there almost every day.
Yeah.
What you need to do is to get your security officer and make sure that his company is fully aware that and that he can spot people. He may miss one, and one can understand that, but he can spot. And you have a list of VIPs. Yes, you have to have a list of VIPs, and the security officer spots them in the line. he should know there should be a protocol set. So he should know that he sees Deacon Mitchell in the line. He's able to say, excuse me, sir, can you come forward, please? Excuse me, sir, can you stand here, please, and just wait one moment? If Deacon wants to refuse it, then that's okay. Stand there one moment. He goes forward and speaks to who he has to speak to, and then that person takes it from there.
Yeah.
So it goes back to your security. Your security is supposed to know these people by sight.
You have to be aware.
He has to be aware. Commissioner of Police and his deputies, all of the sitting MPs, all of the senators, leaders of political parties. These names and people should be there. Priest.
The clergy, man.
Clergy, yeah. These people should be there. Do you understand? So, you who want to know why Deacon should be up there, I hope that answered your
Because on this
question.
on the extension here, we don't deal with personalities.
No.
We call it as it is. What it deserves, it deserves.
Yeah.
It's not because we not in the same political setup or we singing from the same political hymn sheet. Not
I mean,
because
let me tell you something. If I go down the bus terminal now, I'll go by Abby, and there are people in front of the line. Like Andre,
yeah.
and Abby, and Abby have to do something to handle me. I go just say, don't worry, babes, I go, we go deal just now.
And Andre is part of the 2%. Well, as Elwin Mark Wilkins say, by any name you call it, it's the same thing.
But you understand?
Yeah, no, I subscribe to that. As they say, I endorse that statement.
No, man, it's the same thing. Same thing. We have to do some. We have to treat our people with respect.
Yeah, respect.
And respect is not something that they have to
You
buy
have to
in shop.
force. Respect
No,
is earned.
They earn that.
You have
Give them
you have to
that.
wantonly respect somebody.
Yeah.
They can't bully you into respect.
So what you're telling me, when Kenny Lal sing, go to any one of the banks in Sateas
You
here,
can't keep Kenny in the line.
you could keep Kenny in line? Okay, that's what business that? One of the bigger businessmen in
Grenada?
Grenada, you keep him in line?
No.
No. He has to be fast forwarded, like a cassette. Oh, you don't know that cassette? Okay, a CD then.
I know about cassette, Andre. I know about CD.
No, but seriously, we have to learn this thing, eh? We have to learn this thing. Respect is respect. You understand? And you cannot have, there's certain people.
And respect you.
Yeah, there's certain people that you cannot. You know, it's like,
There are certain
Carl, if
personages.
you have people, Carl, who are going to do deposit in certain banks across the country. And based on the fact that they have a certain amount of money on them,
Yeah.
and they have it in a bag, you can't keep them in the
No,
line.
no, you have to let them through.
And even if you have them in the line, Carl, you call them into the bank
Yes.
and have them sit, you know.
Someone you're waiting.
Wait. Because you cannot, it is dangerous to you, the bank, and to them to have them outside, you know.
Yes.
So we have, I mean, come on.
We can never know case in the area
And look in.
and recognizing that on certain days that person come.
No, but I vex at how they treat Gregory. Can't treat Gregory
No,
like
no, you can't treat a hero.
that. You can't
so.
treat a hero so, man. No. You can't treat a hero so. You're mad. There is a hero already. Hey, you're mad. I wonder if I could call him Dr. Gregory. He didn't get a doctorate. No?
You give him an honorary one?
Yeah, I feel.
What's up, Gregory?
So Gregory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Greg, I like that one. So Greg. You give my so doctorate.
I saw you fitting of him.
Yeah.
When the Queen birthday come around next time.
Yeah, and watch Gimme Flowers, you know. Gimme Flowers, no!
We got Kamlan and Andy take silk while they solving, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So you can say he's solving, he can't get it because Anna and them take.
Yeah, give him no. Dr. Mitchell, If you have anything to do with it, handle
Next
Gregory
thing,
now.
next time the Queen board they come around.
Yeah. And if she don't make it, next time the Prince board they come. Or the King. You understand? Handle Gregory now. Gregory deserves that he work hard and he's still working. Alright. Time for me to wrap up.
So you spoke your piece?
That wasn't what I was going to speak about, you know, but that one just came up and I get vexed with that one too. That was one. Let me see if I have anything on my yellow paper. Your white paper, I have yellow paper. Let me see if I have anything on the yellow paper that I choose to share. All right, here's something I need to read here. It is customary for Imani trainees to receive permanent. It is based on qualifications, vacancy, and performance. That is why 2013 to 2021, the intake was 5,300. However, current numbers are 3,000. Every 2 years, a batch is taken in. All right, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I ain't saying who sent me that information, Carl. Don't ask. Leave me alone. Die me and my friend. Me go to my yellow paper and see if I have anything there.
The symbol of justice so dictates that the person handling the scale supposed to be a virgin, not knowing anything when she eye blindfolded, and anyway fall heavy I call her. So once it's relevant to the argument or the discussion, I need not ask where he come from. And it is very relevant. And I hope Mr. Mitchell is aware of the numbers quoted there.
How I want to end today, Carl. I want to end like this. The leadership of the new National Party, the leadership of the new National Party through its official spokesperson, who is the Prime Minister, right? The man he who wields power within the party.
The head honcho.
He's the head honcho.
Chief Harvey
Yeah,
Coy.
he's the HNIC. Now, he and his party never said, listen to me, they never said in isolation that Deacon Mitchell was too young. What they spoke of was experience. You cannot watch. The RGPF, Carl, you know it for a fact because you are a member of the RGPF. They will not give you license to drive a truck first, correct?
Nope.
Nope, I'm not correct?
You're very correct.
Oh, I'm
You
correct.
say they wouldn't give you?
They wouldn't give you. No. You have to have a certain years driving experience, and then you go and you take an exam and you graduate and you graduate and you graduate.
Apart from experience, you have to have a certain level of competence.
Competence. Now I want to bring something to people, and I'm saying to you that the new National Party said experience. There were a couple of people who started doing and making noise about age, but the new National Party did not speak about age. They spoke about experience. Eric Gary became the chief minister when he was 39 years old.
Yeah.
And he became the premier when he was what? About 44, 45.
Yeah.
But he had
Experience.
experience.
In the trade union movement.
Blaze, premier at 43.
How about Augustus?
But he had experience within his party.
Yeah, the GNP.
Morris Bishop, well, he can licks all about Grenada.
Yeah.
So he had experience. And if he learned easy, so he learned by blows because he gets it all about in Grenada.
You could ask Kenrick Radix.
Correct. Keith Mitchell, he became a parliamentarian at 38. You understand?
Yeah, but he became a parliamentarian. Remember, he entered the foray before that, eh?
Right, but no, he became a parliamentarian. That's when
Yeah.
he entered the
Yeah,
house at
yeah.
38.
And became the Minister of Works.
And shortly after that,
Yeah.
he became the NNP party leader. He was about 43 thereabouts,
Yeah.
43, 44. And then he won the elections when he was 49.
You say that to say.
He had experience.
All the above are
And
four
every
mentioned.
one of them that I've spoken about, Ben Jones had a lot of experience. George Brizan had a lot of experience. You understand?
Nicholas led the interim administration.
So he had experience.
So they had a resume. Let me say they had a resume.
Let me tell you something. The leader of the National Democratic Congress
Now.
is asking for CV. I put on my yellow paper with my notes. If there was somebody else who had to scrutinize the CV
Of him.
and ask him to send in his CV,
You not make it.
I rest my case. You said it all. One love for Grenada. No, that ain't that song. I don't want to play that song, man. Come on, what song you think I should play?
One family.
That is what?
Family.
Who sing that, boy?
Who?
Kess?
Nah, man.
Who sing that?
Skinny and Bonji and them.
No, you sure?
Skinny, Bonji and Marshall, man.
You sure, boy?
Let's see. Skinny, Fabulous, Bonji and
How you
Marshall.
spell that family? F-A-M-A.
Family.
Yeah, boy. So boy, this is how you want us to end? Carl Keaton, good day. God bless you. Take care.
Well, you too, Dre. Have a blessed weekend, man.
People, we gone. Family as usual. Bless up. Enjoy the weekend. Hey, don't you forget tomorrow. On the ends inside of Montreal.